first, just so that it makes it easier on me. Do. Okay, so let's so first we create the goddess. And give them a name. Captain. Okay, so yeah. We got that, and then there is the yeah. The banner. I think after the banner. Who is the Lordsworn? Okay. That's not what I wanted. Let's type that in there. I don't know why I keep capitalizing the S. Oh. Thank you. I was super super impressed with it when it was done. It was I was super happy with it. It's one of the reasons why I've just kept using the same artist the whole time. So yeah, right now we're basically just waiting for people to show up. I'm just doing some preparation. Fuck it. I don't care if you all know my first name or if you can even read that. Yeah, so there's that. And then after Lordsworn. Fair. I guess I could like zoom in on what I'm typing, but then I'd have to like I would need to scroll more. Ooh, do I have one of those? I do. I'm gonna try and catch it anyway. Alright, so home phase. Okay, so with narration. Is this where you? Oh no, because you got to create the. Yeah. And home. There we go. That should be everything I need. I can always add more stuff in. So the game that we're going to be playing today, that's probably a good thing if one is going to be using a tarot deck. So the game that we're going to be playing today is called Lordsworn. Actually, give me a second. I am going to make the window for the that notepad a little bit bigger. Okay, that should be a little bit more reasonable. I know I can't see it on my preview window, but
Testing.
I can hear you.
Awesome. Hi, Damien. Hi, Internet.
Hello, Nathan. How are things?
Not too bad. I am about to put the link to your.
Okay. So hold on. OBS decided to be an asshole for a second. Can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
Okay, good. So it's not my internet.
I lost your audio.
Sorry?
I never lost your audio.
Okay, cool. So it's not that my internet took a crap. It's that OBS decided to be an asshole. Gotcha. OBS, stop trying to be an asshole. Hi, Daniel. How's things?
Good. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, the YouTube thing isn't working.
It happens. It happens.
I know, but I was already a stream, and then it's like you gotta wait 24 hours to stream. Screw you.
Yeah, see, I didn't even realize that because when it's been a while since I first did it myself, like on the YouTube channel that I have. So it completely I just gapped out about it. I'm like, yeah, it's a thing I did, and I'm sure he checked it out, so it's fine.
Yeah, I just sat down, I
Yeah.
was ready to get it all working. Whatever, it's fine.
It is what it is.
Next time if we stream again, probably we'll stream again at least few more times. We'll make sure it's working right.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, even if we don't make it a super official, everybody has to attend type thing, I would like to do this on a regular basis. And regardless of if we stream it to the YouTube channel or not, I will probably end up streaming it to my Twitch channel.
Well, it'll be nice to have some bonus eps.
Yeah, and the thing is that I like about sending it to YouTube is there's permanency there. It's
absolutely
it's going to be there forever, not for 2 weeks.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I've actually started most of my streams I'm doing over on YouTube as well now because we're allowed to multi-stream.
Yeah.
It's one of the few things that hasn't been ruined for us yet.
We'll see.
Hey, it's hard to screw that one up for everybody. Artistic nudity, however, that one apparently is super easy for people to go, hey, we're gonna be dumb and ruin it for the rest of Twitch. The artists be damned.
That was so stupid.
I honestly have mad respect for that one lady who just kept on finding new and interesting ways to break the meta. Mad respect to her, honestly. I respect the hustle. I do.
I feel weird about all of it.
Honestly, like, I don't know. I'm salty about it just simply because like what I wanted to do is actually considered as artistic nudity, like just the occasional
Yeah.
bust painted on stream.
And that's fair. And that's fair.
Yeah, like it is well within that, and people had to be like, no, we're gonna speed run Twitch taking this away.
They.
But yeah, so I think we're just waiting for two more,
Yep.
Yeah.
and we still have
Are
a
you
few minutes
streaming
anyway. Oh yeah, I'm
Are
live.
you streaming right now? Yeah,
Yes.
we're people are theoretically hearing this. Hello,
Yes,
internet.
there are a couple of people who are hearing this right now.
Hello.
Should we be recording this in Audacity and with Craig for backup stuff?
No.
We. Oh yeah, I guess it'll just be on your stream, right?
Yeah,
so we can just get the VOD.
Yeah, like we can like start up Craig, but like yeah, there's gonna be a VOD save for it anyway. And I was already planning because Daniel, you'd asked me to download that so we can throw it on the YouTube. I was already planning on downloading it and putting it up on the drive anyway.
And we could rip the audio from that, add an intro and an outro, and then that could be an episode for the podcast for people who don't want to watch the video. But video is fun.
But I mean, that's why we have the YouTube.
Yeah, this is true. I don't know. Maybe it'll go up on the podcast. Maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out. We don't need to plan on stream.
Yeah. We don't want the whole internet to discover that we're really just winging this.
What are you talking about? We're professionals. We're
Are any of us actually getting paid for this?
No, we're not.
I didn't think so.
We have to at least keep the airs up. I guess that's how the pros act, right?
I guess.
I guess so.
This is the person who, you know, occasionally imbibes herb on stream. So there's, you know, do not take my word for anything. So more to the point of why we're actually here today, have you guys taken a look at the system?
Yeah, I leaf through it. I got a vague idea of how it works. I'm gonna need your guidance a little bit here, but I think I got it more or less.
Yeah, like it's very straightforward. Like basically all it is every encounter. So there's 2 encounters a week. Game spans over for up to 4 weeks. If ever there's less than 3 active Lordsworn, game ends with the bad ending. Or if morale hits 0, game ends with a bad ending. If 3 or more Lordsworn make it home at the end. Hi Matt, how you doing?
Good, and yourself? How you doing?
I am doing very well, thank you.
Good to hear.
But yeah, so it's just a brief overview of what the game entails. Which we'll eventually go through again as we're playing. But yeah, so 8 events happen, spread over 4 weeks of in-game time. The world is getting progressively less hospitable as things go on, because apparently a bunch of gods decided to die in a war.
Oh, it's just like real life.
Yeah, exactly, right? And yeah, so the lose conditions are or sorry, not lose conditions, but bad ending conditions are less than 3 Lordsworn left at any point, or if morale reaches 0. The only dice we will need for this are 3d4. That's it.
Fantastic.
D4 is contained.
Russell.
Yeah, I only have
Hello.
D6 with me, so I'm just gonna reroll 5s and 6s.
Okay, that's fair. I thought we were all TTRPGers. Aren't we all just dice goblins at heart too?
Let me see if I got a
only
bunch of
actually-
D8s.
I think I only actually own 2 sets of dice, but Renee's a dice goblin.
I've got a bunch of dice, but they're not at my desk right now.
That's fair.
I should go get them.
Fake
I can just use
gamer.
the internet too. I'll be right back.
I
I need to get
lost
some
all
dice.
my dice a long time ago, and then I spent all of my dice money on Gunpla.
That's
It would have been easier to get addicted to drugs. It really would have.
yeah. Hey, at least you didn't get hooked on 40K.
True. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Some
Yeah,
drugs
I
are a lot cheaper than 40K as a hobby.
Yeah. I was visiting a friend's house just last night, and it'd been a while since I've been over to their place, and he had talking about like, oh yeah, I'm getting into 40K, seems kind of cool. And I went over to visit, and now he's got a huge, just a gigantic Eldar army taking up like one of his walls. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you
That's how it
got
goes.
into it, huh?
Yeah, that will definitely happen. It kind of happened to me as well, except it was more of a long-term thing. But once you get to having like 10,000 points of one individual army and go, I wonder how this army plays, you have a little bit of a problem. So yes, now that we are all here, we can kind of go into introducing ourselves for the stream / later on the podcast YouTube channel.
Okay.
And we'll kind of go over the game and stuff like that as well. So Daniel, let's start with you.
Who is you?
I think
Damien's
that's volunteering.
Damien's pointing at you. Why can't you see it?
That's
right.
why I mentioned. Let's start with Daniel.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I am Daniel Fernandez, the titular Daniel of the Dread Tales. He, him, and I'm ready to play. I don't know if there's anything else to say. I'm a Gemini. I am taken, ladies, but
Oh, heartbreak.
And gentlemen. But anyway, move on to somebody else.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this the easy way and say, Matt, you're next.
Hi, I'm Matt. I am the titular GM of the Crow's Codex, which is a series of tabletop role-playing games where we explore some of the worst ideas I've ever come up with. A lot of horror, a lot of despair, a lot of sad times, because that's what I like. You can check it out on your podcast catcher of choice, or the Codex, on what used to be Twitter.
Twitter. Also, I'm very sad that the whole Imps game never ended up getting off the ground. I was looking forward. I was looking forward to annoying people with a really bad singing voice if I would have rolled that.
Ugh, we got to do that again. We got to make sure it happens.
Alrighty. So that would leave Nathan next.
Hey everyone, I'm Nathan, a regular here at Daniel's Dread Tales. You can also find me at Kingdom Hearts: A Forgotten Era, though we are currently on hiatus. We may come back one day. Who knows? In any case, glad to be here.
Wunderbar. And that leaves Russell.
Hello, this is Russell. They, them. I am also here.
Word.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yep.
So yes, I'm Magical Hack or Damien. I also appear on the Dan's Dread Tales podcast with
Not
Daniel.
a codex.
Not a codex. It's a podcast. With Daniel, Nathan, and Russell. Today we are going to be playing some Lordsworn. So this is an indie game. I don't know if it is available on itch.io just yet, because the book that I have here, it's in like the 0.6 version. So like the game is done. It's just art now. But I backed it on Kickstarter. It was by a Canadian tabletop RPG maker. So I am super stoked about that.
It is currently available on itch.io.
Perfect.
We should direct people towards them.
On
Yes.
sale, no less,
Yeah.
at the moment.
Nice.
You can get it for 20% off right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Using discount code Daniels Dread.
No, we
No.
don't have
Discounts.
it legally.
No, we do not have a discount
All right.
code. I'm just plugging this because it's a cool game and it was made by a Canadian, so that's a win-win situation. So all we need for this is D4s, 3 of them. If you want, you D6s and roll 5s and 6s, or digital dice roller. It is a hidden rolling system, so we don't reveal our rolls until until everybody is rolled and we're giving them, like, assigning them to people.
Well, that'll be easy because we're all in different places.
Exactly.
Perfect.
I would suggest something to keep notes. I have, like, a notepad that I'm going to be keeping notes for, like, the general shit, but, like, it'll help with, like, the dice, like the dice results that you get and stuff like that, and for assigning them.
I should get a piece of paper.
Piece of paper.
I grabbed a notebook earlier, but it's in a different room.
Wow, that's handy.
Gonna have to reach really far.
I'm using the magic of Google Docs.
I like using Notepad++. I find it is super, super nice for stuff like that, because you can have, like, tabs and...
Use that one too. It's fine.
Yeah, Notepad++ rules.
I'm back. Hi.
Welcome back.
Hi. I got a notebook. Sorry. It was a crisis.
Okay, so the first thing that we are going to create for our company is we are going to decide what the god we worship is, god or goddess. So Matt, roll me a d4.
Certainly.
Please and thank you. I should be polite.
I got me a 1.
A 1. Okay, so we're going to be working with the Arate Pantheon. I don't know if that's how it was supposed to be pronounced, but that's how I'm pronouncing it. Russell,
Hello.
please roll me a d4.
That is a 2.
A 2. So we were followers of Oviana the Veiled, the goddess of the moon, magic, emotion, and secrets.
Okay. Secret goddess.
Yes. The
Praise
goddess of secrets.
Oviana, but not
Now, is it a
loudly.
secret to everyone?
I think it's just secrets in general.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, so next thing we are going to do, I gotta actually type that down. Oviana. Okay, so now we are going to decide the set of values for Oviana's aspects, and another for the aspects associated for home, which is basically where we are all trying to get to.
Okay.
So let me scroll down to where I need to be. There we go. That was really close, which is good. Okay, so Daniel.
Yes.
3d4, please.
3d4.
Yes,
Okay.
3d4.
I got a 3, and a 4.
A 3, and a 4. So in that order. So first, what was your god's motive for going to war? Drawn like a...
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't get to know. It's a secret.
Fair. But for the listeners, nobody else knew, but the listeners get to know, or watchers, I guess,
Not
in
even
this
us.
case. Drawn like a mother to the sounds of pain and discomfort, Oviana rode to war as the only option. As the only option she could see to soothe the cacophony of emotions and passions rising like angry waves.
Okay, trying to help people,
Yeah.
sort of.
I get it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Each thing in when you're making the god is for one of their 4 aspects.
Yeah, it's for one of their
Like-
aspects, and then yeah. So what effect has your god's death had on the world? That was also a 3. Rage turns to tears and smiles to fits of anxiety as emotional instability grips the land. Lovers quarrel, siblings draw blades, and parents weep, struggling to tame the waves of their psyche.
Nobody can keep their shit together. They got to keep that secret, but they can't anymore because the goddess of secrets is dead.
Yeah. And 4 is what mark the result of such proximity to your god now blesses your body. As Lordsworn, you're all basically it's visible what you are. There's kind of no hiding it. And this mark is essentially what signifies that. And that is jet black feathers sprout from your hairline, cheeks, and the tips of your ears, and your eyes gloss over with black like little obsidian beads. Ravens and crows leave you small gifts as you travel home.
The Crow's Codex has grown in power.
Fuck yeah, bird people.
Alrighty. So now, what was your home called? So we're gonna need 3d4 rolled by Nathan.
All right. I have to reroll all 3 of those. Great start, guys. Great start. A 3, a 3, and a 1.
A 3, a 3, and a 1. So your home is called Soft Springs.
Oh, that's nice.
That sounds pleasant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is pleasant.
There will come soft springs.
Oh boy, that's less pleasant.
So sorry, that it was a 3, and a what?
A 1.
A 3, a 3, and a 1. Okay, so unique geography about your home. The creeks. A collection of hundreds of small creeks and rivers running through your home, each singing their own song. It is said that sitting near one calms even the most anxious of minds.
Yeah, some of the creeks are all right. They got nice, elven lilting and whatnot. But there's that one over there. It's doing the Macarena all the time.
See, and this is why I said dark humor. And finally, what was your home known for? That was a 1. So that was the Astartes Lunarium. Magnificent.
What was that?
That was my phone.
Okay.
A Facebook
Sorry,
message.
No, it's fine. I just was confused. Sorry. Continue.
It's a stream. It doesn't have to be like perfectly professional.
No, I get it. It's fine.
So yeah, the Astartes Lunarium, a magnificent giant astrological center of study and enlightenment that glitters like stardust and silver, its domed roofs pierced by dozens of telescopes. Because one of her aspects is the moon.
Okay. So we got creeks and astronomy.
Yes.
It really does sound like a pleasant place to live.
It does.
Yeah, this place sounds dope.
It really, really does.
It'd be nice to get back there alive. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Don't worry. We're playing on hard mode.
Alrighty. So that's that. Now we are into creating the company. So we need a name for the company.
The Silver Ravens.
What the fuck? That's really sick. I like that.
That came out of nowhere, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
I've in the past I've used the Silver Hydras as the name of a mercenary company, an old role playing game I played. And it's like, well, let's make it the Ravens. So there we go. We're the Silver Ravens.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so now, so your fallen captain, while not as divine as your god, your captain was the human leader that you followed closely. Some Lordsworns have a very intimate relationship with this captain, while others may have only seen them give grand speeches and bumped into them occasionally around the camp. Nevertheless, your captain, even in death, defined you as a company. While your god was the divine ideals that you followed, your captain represents the mortal values you hold onto and that united you all. So to determine the captain, I am going to roll a die this time. And so first you roll a d4. On 1 or 2, you use table 1. On 3 or 4, you use table 2. So we're going to be using table 2. And Russell, can you give me a d4 roll, please?
That is a 3.
A 3. They are stern. A rigorous leader who kept a tight camp and disciplined formations. Their followers are similarly ordered and serene in the face of battle. So now what we're gonna do is 3 aspects. Okay, so we gotta go down to the aspects of
the stern tables.
yes.
Oh boy.
The tables have sterned.
We
Womp
might have to
womp.
rename our company.
The Stern tables?
No, it's just that one of the tables is colors and option 1 is gray and silver, but the other 3 are not.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So, for the Nathan, give me a d4 roll.
Did you say Nathan?
Yes, I did. Sorry.
Awesome.
We're not
A
using
6
Craig.
doesn't count. A 5 doesn't count. I dropped the dice on the floor. Shit.
No, we are not
That
using.
doesn't count.
We don't need Craig because the VOD's going to be on recorded, so we'll be set.
Okay.
Yeah, downloading the VOD and sharing it. So yeah, we'll be good with that.
Yeah, good thought though.
Okay. Attempt 3. A 4.
A prickly hedgehog. On a field of Daniel. Give us a color or a set
Silver.
of colors. Well, a d4 roll, please.
Oh, okay. You didn't say D4 roll. You
That-
just said give us a color.
That's fair. That is fair.
3.
It's a 3. A field of white and black.
That's
That's
silver
silverish.
adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works. It works.
At least it's not blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue and teal. Okay. So Matt, roll us our
Alright.
motto.
Our motto is number 1.
Meet our shields.
Meet our shields. Meet shields.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm sure that is a grim joke that some people make in the company.
Oh, it is absolutely
Yeah.
something.
Alrighty. So now we're in creating our company. Calling captain, table 1, table 2. And we did the symbols and colors and all that shit. And now we are on to the Lordsworn choosing section of the festivities. Now, in the book, it says, like, take half a playing card deck and use that. It's a little bit more difficult doing that digitally, so what we're going to do is just kind of go round robin, and starting with Daniel in the order of the Discord chat, just to make it easy.
Well,
Just-
I have a deck of cards that I'm going to pick randomly from. So
Same.
Yeah, if you want to use a deck of cards, it's the Heart and Spades. If not, kind of just pick something that meets your eye.
okay, so you're going to think that I just picked the first one on the list, but I did get the Ace of Hearts, which is the first one that's listed on the list here. But I just drew an Ace of Hearts.
That works.
So that is the
AH?
Innocent Greenhorn.
So innocent, so green.
So doomed. Yeah, my innocent greenhorn, who is going to be named Morrison. No, that's a that sounds too mature of a name. He's a kid.
With 2 H's.
Yeah. His name is random name table coming later. Shoot.
John Cena.
Oh God.
Well, what we can do is, if you
His
want,
name is Jeff. His name is Jeffrey. Jeffrey, the innocent greenhorn.
Who will
Jeffrey.
turn into a worm monster.
Mhm.
So yeah, what we can do is for names and stuff like that
Yeah.
is while we're picking, kind of decide those, because there's a couple of more things that need to be rolled for them.
Yes. I
So.
see that I need to roll 3d4, which I will do right now. All right,
No.
4, 3, and 2. So they have a kettle helmet that they never take off, and scavenged piecemeal assorted protective gear, a sturdy, well-made hunting knife, a gift your parents could barely afford, and a sword and a buckler.
So it's a young goblin slayer.
Yeah, something like that.
That's hilarious. I love it. So Matt, your turn.
All right, let's see what we get here. We got the 3 of Hearts, meaning I am the warm-hearted chef. So that's fun. I'll decide on a name soon, so let's roll some d4s first. Alright. So we got ourselves, for aesthetic features, well-loved, well-stained apron and a well-fed, rotund body type. Hell yeah, we big.
Fuck yeah.
We got, for a keepsake, a rare spice only native to your home region, the secret ingredient in all of your dishes. It's chili pea.
Nice.
And my equipment is a glaive.
Ooh, a glaive.
A very long kitchen knife.
Nice.
And let's see, for a name, we will use Merc.
Merc.
MRK.
Merc.
It's an acronym, but no one knows.
Nice. Alrighty, Russell, you are up next.
He
I
is?
pulled the King of Hearts for a conspicuous criminal.
No, actually, sorry.
No.
You are not next. Nathan is next. I can't read,
but
but we will.
Goes.
Yeah.
I will not be picking the conspicuous criminal consort, so just keep that one tucked away, Russell.
Okay.
Because the first one I do want to choose. The other 2 I will ask Daniel to draw a card for me.
You got it.
Or Matt. Or
Mm.
or Russell. I'm the only person here without a deck, aren't I?
No, I don't have a deck.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, well. But the first one I would like is the Ace of Spades, the Occultish Oracle.
Nice.
I definitely didn't pick that one specifically so I could name it Helen. I'm sure things will go great for Helen here.
Always does.
Always does. Aesthetic features. Black ichor drips behind bandaged eyes, and cryptic glowing runes float about you like a halo. Now, I know it should be pretty obvious to everyone, but this game is exceptionally metal.
Sure is.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I thoroughly enjoy it. So
Keep saying. Roll. Also one. Keepsake, 2 solidified stones that appear like eyes. They must make it back to your temple for you to be buried peacefully.
Oh.
fun.
That 50-50 shot of actually happening. And finally, equipment. A 4. I have twin obsidian swords.
Ooh, neat.
All right.
And this is fantasy obsidian that's not super brittle and wouldn't shatter on first contact.
Right.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. Alrighty, and Russell, you had the King of Hearts, you said?
Yes, the conspicuous criminal conscript. Hello?
Yep,
Is
I'm
everybody
here.
there?
We're
Okay,
Yep.
And then I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 4. So I got a punk haircut and a fancy coat that can't have been obtained legally, a badge from my shitty old gang that I curse under my breath, and both a cursed sword and throwing knives. I'm going to assume they're both
Yeah.
cursed.
That says curved.
Oh, that's... Oh,
I know.
It's curved the wrong way.
yeah.
And your criminal's name, monsieur?
I'll stick to the trend and go with Michael.
This train started on accident.
Alrighty, so that brings it around to me. And oh, damn it, which one was it that I was gonna take? I actually had a Prophet of the Outer Gods.
So you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
Hey, future sight buddies.
And so, aesthetic features. Beneath your flesh writhes something serpentine, and 2 additional arms appear fully grown from your body.
Yeah, it's probably
Hell yeah.
2 additional arms.
Yes.
I'm just a kid. My guy's just a kid.
It's Ettercap hours now.
4, keepsake. Hidden upon your thigh is a brand of a secret society, an organization who questioned your god's authority. They must know the truth of the cataclysm. And equipment, which is another 4, and kind of fitting, pro feather daggers. And that was the Prophet of the Outer Gods. Yes. And their name is Jimmy. Jimmy, the Prophet of the Outer Gods.
Jimmy.
terrifying.
This is
Oh.
Jimmy.
Jimmy Forehands.
Yes, Jimmy Forehands. But he's wondering, how did you get those? Huh? Big shrug. Alrighty.
Someone was handing them out. Hey.
Alrighty. So that will bring us back to Daniel.
All right. Let's see. Gonna draw a card. Hopefully it's not one you guys drew already. Got the Queen of Hearts. All right. A hopeful herald.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. I was poor. Okay, it's great. Love it. Okay. Let's roll some dice. I was gonna read the whole thing, and I'm like, wait, no, we don't have fucking time for me to read this entire thing. My guy has decorative pauldron on my right arm, shaped after the company's symbol, and a small pendant given to me by the captain. Oh, the captain. So I have that. I have a wooden teardrop pendant carved by my parents, surely praying for your safe return. I'm gonna get home to them. And then I have a flintlock pistol with a banner.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And his name is Justinian.
Justinian?
Yeah.
Justinian the Herald.
Yeah.
Oakley dokie. Yeah. Okay. Next.
Was that me?
That is you, yes.
All right. We got ourselves the 7 of Hearts, the Noble Knight. Let's roll us some dice. Okay, let me re-roll this d6 here because I'm a scrub. Okay. So we got the Noble Knight, who is wearing black steel full plate armor, a necessary burden, and a stern face with an eye patch. Their keepsake is a gift from your betrothed, who you are sure awaits you at their manor, praying. And their equipment is a longsword and shield. This is Lucatiel.
Lucatiel. Ooh. How do you spell that? Luca.
Lucatiel.
Okie dokie.
Straight out of Dark Souls, brother.
A game I have never played.
Perfect. I can rip all my names off from them.
My name's Asylum Demon.
Alrighty. So Nathan. Oh, is in the washroom.
He's a BRB.
Yes. So let's jump to Russell this time because Nathan's not actually here, and we'll jump back to Nathan.
For realsies this time.
Yes.
This time I pulled the 9 of Hearts for a simple soldier. Then I rolled 3-4-3, which means I've got green and brown scout leathers. I've got a collection of crests from fallen allies. And I'm equipped with a longbow and short sword.
Nifty.
This soldier's name will be Dave. I really went all out imagining that one.
Nice. Alrighty. Nathan, your second
Back
pick.
and I heard everything. The advantages of wireless headphones. You can still hear what's happening in the game even if you're in another room.
Yes, that is fair.
Yeah. Daniel, draw me a card, would you?
You got it, boss. It is a... Nope. A King of Spades.
I have rolled the Creed Guard.
Ooh.
Sweet.
All right. First off, for my aesthetics, oxidized bronze armor with symbols long forgotten, and attached to your back, a hollowed banner that still flies.
It's just always blowing in the wind.
Mm-hmm. It's very impressive like that. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
I'm totally never a dick about it. My keepsake. A simple favor tied around your arm, beautiful in a simple yet striking way. A gift from your lover.
Nice.
Who, once again, has every chance of surviving this, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Roll.
They totally didn't tell their lover they would propose when they got back from the war.
Mm-hmm. And my equipment is a Sky Killer Great Bow.
Ooh.
Fuck the
Jesus.
sky.
All of the equipment names, I need to highlight this real quick. All of the Creed Guard equipment names are fucking metal.
They
The
are.
Skykiller Great Bow, the Mountain Cleaver Great Sword, the Star Eater Halberd, or an Ancient Gladiusan Shield.
Oh yeah.
It's like no matter what you get, the Creed Guards are metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, and your name.
Guard.
Read.
Yes. Yes, it
Cre-
is.
Creed?
The Creed guard. I guard myself.
Mm-hmm. It was
Gotta-
meant to be.
You got to take care of yourself.
That's...
Self-love.
Alrighty. So I am going to pick the 6 of Spades, the Fading Avatar.
The Fire Nation attacked, it seems.
Fuck those guys.
Shit.
Okay, and now features. So to call you gloriously gorgeous would be an understatement, and an aura that reflects your god like a pond. Pretty bird boy?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. And oh yeah, so 3, 1. No, that was a 2, sorry. Keepsake. Simple brass cameo with the face of your lover. The hinges almost falling apart from use. Lever. And equipment is a 3. The bow who killed a moon.
Our god
What?
is the moon.
You traitor.
God damn it, Steve.
You killed a bad moon.
Yeah. The old moon.
The Rebel Moon.
Another brief side note, it's very funny to me that one of the weapon options for the Fading Avatar is the Great Sword of Saint Lucatiel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heard
Really?
that one before.
People love to steal from Dark Souls, I guess.
I guess so.
Notes it right
I
in
mean-
the acknowledgements.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game is Dark Souls as fuck.
As far as a name, they called him Barnaby.
The avatar of our god, Barnaby.
Exactly.
Barnaby Jones. Okay. Is it my turn then?
It is, yes.
9 of Spades. Let me find that. Gallant Cavalry. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I still have my mount. Talk about how maybe not everybody has a mount, but I have a mount.
Just lording it over us.
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe you should have kept track of your horses better.
We had to eat them.
Well,
Yours is next.
I have a half face mask with wing and bird motifs, along with matching breastplate and a legendary horse with steel wings that sound of thunder as you charge.
Jesus Christ. That's
Fuck yeah.
awesome.
We might have lost, but we lost in style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my keepsake is
Come on, roll a 1.
tiny pine cone horse
Yes.
that sits easily within your horse's satchel, a common children's craft from your community. And I have a lance and a longsword.
That tracks. That
That
Makes
tracks.
sense. Yep.
And her name is Fiona.
Fiona.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And
Nice.
she is gonna mess you up.
Alrighty,
Or die
Matt.
valiantly.
All right. I got me the 3 of spades. We haven't had that yet, right?
Nope.
No.
Because that is the other Dark Souls classic, the Crestfallen Hero.
Oh gosh.
Let's see. All right. Aesthetic features is chainmail in need of repair, heavier on your shoulders than before, and multiple attractive facial scars. The keepsake is the badge of an organization you swore an oath to, ringing hollow now. Hollow. And equipment is the Abyss Slayer Greatsword.
Come on. You know you want to. Name him Artorias. Do
Yeah,
it.
we're naming him Artorias.
Fuck yeah.
IOUS?
Artorius.
IUS, okay.
If I spelled that wrong, you can take away my gamer card.
That's fine. I know absolutely nothing about any of the Soulsborne games, other than the fact that I know from watching gameplay I probably wouldn't enjoy playing them.
Don't worry, if I'm wrong, this is on the internet, and I will find out.
Oh yeah, somebody will yell about it. Somebody will yell about it. Okay, Nathan. Since you're back
Alright.
for your turn this time.
Russell, would you do me the honor of drawing me a card?
5 of spades.
Let's see what we got. The Screaming Vindicator.
Perfect.
So loud.
All right. Here's a skeleton that's always screaming. Nope. There we go. Aesthetic features. A tapestry of stories and parables related to your dead god appear on your flesh, and a war cry that shakes the earth.
Well,
Fuck yeah.
you were really angry that Oriana died, or Oviana
Oh,
died.
fuck yeah. See, my keepsake. Burn marks from where your god's blood scalded your flesh. Reminders of your yet unfulfilled vengeance. Holy shit. And finally,
Come on, roll a 2.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
I have now rolled a 6 3 times in a row.
Nice.
I just rolled it a 4th time in a row. 5. Great,
Terrifying.
great. God, give me a 9.
There's one clearly good option here.
Okay, 4. I got a 4. A long sensor flail.
That'll
Okay,
do.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a 2.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a
too, to be
1.
honest.
Massive slab of raw iron you call a sword.
Take some guts to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Very subtle.
Exactly.
Since when were any of us known for subtlety?
True enough. Yeah, can't argue with that.
Alrighty, and your name for your screaming vindicator.
Diana.
Diana?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, Diana. Russell.
All right, the last one I drew was this Wandering Spellblade. He's got
Hell
pretty hair and
yeah.
a pretty mask. Old spell focus from way back when. and a blue steel longsword and charm focus.
Okay, so which card was that?
The Wandering Spellblade, the 9 of Hearts.
No, the card.
Yeah, okay. 9 of Hearts.
There we go.
This character's name is Rufio.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Rufio.
That's fair. Ah, that was not supposed to be. Okay. I'm gonna go 4 of Hearts, the freshly promoted lieutenant. LP. Their name is going to be Crow.
Fitting.
Hell yeah. Last
And-
name
Everybody loves
Dex.
the Corvid.
And now, for aesthetic features, a 4. Cloak of your captain, heavy with grief and responsibility and eyes filled with loss and disarray. Captain's cloak. A 3. For the keepsake, a hidden pocket in your satchel filled with love letters written for your captain while at Officer Academy that you never shared.
Oh no.
It's okay. They're dead now, so they never have to see your bad poetry.
Wow.
Ouch, that hurts. And they are equipped with a polearm and pistol. Okay, so back to the top with Daniel for your last choice.
Oh, I thought we only made 3. We make 4?
As far as I know, it's well. Actually, we can do 3. Normally, it would be 4 for a like a 4-player. Or hold on, I'm probably wrong. You are probably right. Give me a second
I
here.
thought it was 3 if I read correctly. I don't mean to be rude.
No. I'm.
Yeah.
There is. Yeah, it's 3.
Okay.
It's 3. I'm just a dunderhead.
Okay, buddy. It's okay. We all are.
So we all have our Lordsworns. The battle is lost. You all see your goddess, Oviana, strucken down in front of you. Struck
They
down.
blew up the moon.
And off the field of battle you go. Heads hung low, on your way home. It's going to take about 4 weeks for you to get from the site of the final battle to your home. And your week 1, your journey begins as a bittersweet contrast to the harrowing battlefield. The land shudders, but is not yet reeling from the death of gods and the shedding of so much blood. People are still humane and wanting to assist where they can, and death seems a faraway fear for your Lordsworn. So the events for this week are Unaware and Panicked. So the first event is going to be Unaware. So
Now, what does that mean for people who might be tuning in?
So for all of those things, they're going to be basically kind of decide what tables you roll on to see what's going on. As the 4 weeks progress, the situation will become increasingly dire. People will be more out for blood, things like that. The danger will increase as time goes on. Right now, it's early days, fairly easygoing. By the way, for morale, the company has 6 morale because we have an extra player. That being me. So yeah. I would like. You know what? I will roll the first encounter to get us going. So under unaware. Now with each roll, you have the option of one of 2 different tables. So I'm gonna do this one at a time. So event 1, we are going to be going with option 2. And it is going to be travelers are the entity. As far as an adjective, they are going to be hopeful. So we have some hopeful travelers that we're coming across on the road on our way back. And they are currently appreciating. They're checking out the countryside. So I'm thinking, and now we can all kind of come up with the scene together here. What I'm getting from this is it's a group of travelers who may not know about the battle that had just taken place, and like we're going through kind of like a mountainous region with some like nice vistas and views, and maybe they're taking a break off to the side of the road. Does anybody have anything else they would like to add?
Are they followers of our goddess, you think?
That is up to everybody because we're crafting this scene together.
Yeah.
I think it might be more interesting if they're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because I have an idea.
Great. Give us a good idea. Love an idea.
So we're going to invite these travelers into camp and feed them.
Oakley dokley. So in that case, now we are going to determine which Lordsworn from each of us are going to be in the spotlight.
I'm choosing Merc, the chef.
Oh, right. Because we got to feed him.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we got Merc.
We got little Jeffrey, the innocent greenhorn.
Jeffrey.
We'll say that Creed Guard Creed showed up for today.
Okay. And Russell, who would
Hello.
you like to be there?
I'll go with Michael.
Michael? Your conspicuous criminal?
Yes, absolutely. I also missed what the event was.
So the event itself is unaware. So what we had rolled up back to the event table?
It's just some friendly people walking down the road that are hopeful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some hopeful travelers who are taking a break on the side of the road and enjoying the tranquil countryside that is seemingly detached from the battle that had just happened.
Perfect. Criminal.
Oakley dokley. And I think I will have Lieutenant Crow join this one. So the group rolls up on this this group of travelers, and you can see they're kind of just sitting around. It looks like they're taking a break, and they're coming towards the direction which we are coming from. So who would like to take action?
I will take the lead here. We'll see Merc, the chubby, jovial chef of the company, kind of dragging a big black, like Dutch oven of like bubbling oil and garlic and the spice of the week, which is the same spice every week, chili pepper. And he's like ladling some of this garlic into bowls and is gesturing for these travelers to come along into the camp. Like, come on. You're on the road. You can't be out here with an empty stomach. And with the weather as it is, it's good to have a spice and garlic in your belly to ward off infection, isn't it?
So I am going to throw this out there. As this is a GM-less system, anybody is able to voice any of the characters, even NPCs.
Okay, right then.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if anybody wants to be one of the travelers and respond as one of them, be by all means. You do see one of them kind of nod and murmur to the rest, and like, you know, and they kind of even start to wave the company over, even. Oh, come, join us! It's a beautiful view. Oh, these grand times.
So,
Grand indeed.
so they don't know about the fact that like a god died 30 feet that way, like yesterday. Got it.
Yeah, they are completely unaware of what's going on right now.
Well, Creed strikes me as the kind of person who would enjoy a good view while he's contemplating how his entire life purpose has failed.
That is entirely fair.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this nice view they're offering.
Michael will encourage everyone to check out the view and then try to loot them.
Naturally.
And Jeffrey's trying to see if any of them have heard news of home.
What would be
Like,
the most interesting news from home we could get right now?
Yeah.
that is a good question.
Everybody's real excited to celebrate the victory.
Oh no. Oh no.
Bad news, everyone.
So you do hear like there's probably about 4 or 5 people in this group of travelers. And you hear at least a few of them kind of talk about rumors that they've heard from Soft Springs, and there were some rumors. And now, granted, like this is like a month's worth of travel time. You know, it's going on like almost a month that you know it's going to be between when you're here and home type deal. So you know it's going to be a bit. You know, this news is kind of behind the like current events, but yeah. So they are. You hear tell of them talking about like a festival's being planned and stuff like that. And like just it's everything seems from the news that you hear, everything seems good. But also, they don't know what you know.
While the rumoring is going on, Merc is encouraging anyone and every one of these travelers to eat as much of this fried spicy garlic as possible. Insisting, of course, that rumors are best shared over a meal, even if it's a meager one like this. And they get the impression that it's not an invitation, but a demand.
So Merc is one of those chefs. No, you will eat my food. I will not let you go hungry. I don't care if you don't like it.
It's true
You
that
somehow
our
managed to make an invitation to a lunch the most threatening thing I've heard this week. So, congrats on that.
Nice.
it's true that our provisions are meager at this point, but it would be wrong of me to see travelers such as you go hungry.
Oh, thank you, thank
I'd
you.
imagine some of them are like just shutting up and eating to make this guy go away.
Yeah. Make the big scary man stop. Alrighty, is there anything else that people would like to do?
I
Would
will
you
let
let
anyone
flowers
else
out?
go first.
Yeah, go through their stuff.
Yeah. I know what it's like after you lose a battle. You need stuff afterwards.
Mm.
As much stuff as you can get.
It's true.
And then you hoof it.
Alrighty, so for that specific resolution, we'll describe that after we do the roll, because that will understandably kind of depend on how this rolls out. So how resolution works in Lordsworn. Lordsworn uses a hidden 3d4 dice resolution. Everybody rolls 3d4, keeps the results hidden from one another, assigning values not only to their own Lordsworn, but also to those of other players. So basically, everybody, rolls their dice, keeps one back, assigns two to other people. Everybody has to end up with 3 dice for their resolution. Does that make sense? Sure, it makes sense, but
Does the math work for that?
yeah, there's going to be
Whoa.
3 of us. Like, everybody's rolling 3 dice. Everybody has to end up with 3 dice at the end of it.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
I'm doing that math in my head now. I'm not good at math. Never mind.
But basically, there are 15 dice that are going to be rolled that are going to split between
Gotcha.
5 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And we know what dice we're giving to other people.
Yes. So once everybody is rolled, we'll take a moment to decide how we're gonna allocate everything, and then we'll reveal who we are giving what to.
Really need a dice tower.
Okay.
Tower.
Yeah. Fun. So I'm gonna keep that one.
All right.
Well, I'm going to give that one to.
And we do not keep these. You have to give them away.
You have to give 2 of them away. You keep 1 of
Okay.
them.
Okay.
And then that one is gonna go to. Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, so I have mine rolled and assigned.
What if
Okay.
everybody, accidentally decides to screw over Russell at once? For example, not
Just for fun, yeah.
yeah,
just
like
A non-specific
what if
example
Russell
here.
ends up with 5 die accidentally. Again, I'm
Mhm.
just using your name as I don't intend to.
Yeah. Well,
I don't even know that giving people die screws them over. So we'll see how it goes.
it can. So I'll for this time I'll go first with assigning, and then
Okay.
from there. So for myself I'm keeping a 3. I'm giving. Where was that? The conspicuous criminal Michael a 2. And the Creed guard is getting a 1. I rolled poorly.
Joy.
Yeah. I apologize. So Daniel, if you could start with the one that you are keeping for yourself and then go from
I'll keep
there.
a 4 for me. And because I like high numbers. High numbers are good. Right?
That's fair. They are good for this.
I'll give a 3 to the chef. and I will give a 1 to the criminal. No. Yes, I just said it. I said it. He'll get the 1. Let's have something to be bad to him. Sorry.
I am so sorry,
Especially-
Russell.
Alrighty. Matt, how would you like to
Okay.
assign your dice?
I'm keeping a 4 for myself. I'm giving a 2 to Daniel
Hmm.
and a 1 to Nathan.
Joy,
Ooh.
I have
I
2
rolled
ones
shit.
now from other people.
Nathan. So for yourself,
I rolled a 3, which I'm keeping for myself
Yep.
because
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
makes sense.
And I will be handing out a 1 and a 1 to you, Damien, and to our guest, because Karma's a bitch.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
We're here for drama.
Maybe we should keep it anonymous what numbers we actually give the other people and just say who we gave it to till the end.
Well,
I
But
think
Maybe.
that'll take
Anyway.
forever.
yeah, that'll take a little
Yeah,
bit
that's
longer.
true.
And that leaves Russell. What are you keeping for yourself?
I kept a 3 for myself. I'm giving a 2 to Nathan and a 4 to Matt.
Yeah.
Nathan and
I
Matt
can't
already
take it all.
have 3, so it's basically between Daniel and I.
Oh, so I'll give a 2 to Daniel and a 4 to Damien.
Okay. Alrighty, so now on to resolution. So we're going to go down to the resolution table. So you have 3 tables that you assign the dice to. You have success, failure, wounds, and morale.
Oh joy.
So yeah, so success, failure, anything lower than a 3 is a failure. So 3, 4 is success. Wounds, 3 or 4 is 0 wounds. 2 is 1 wound. 1 is 2 wounds. For morale, 4 gains morale. 3 is 0 morale. And both 2 and 1 are -1 morale.
Let me find this page in the book.
It is 72.
72.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I know I got a 1. What was my second number?
So the numbers that were given to you were a 2, a 1, and a 3. You get to choose where those go.
Yeah.
So I have a 3, a 1, and a 4. We're gonna go
Okay. I know what happened to my deck.
success.
And what page is this?
72.
72.
Actually, you know what?
If you look at the stream, it's also up there.
It is.
Yeah.
Wounds. 3. We'll do success. Failure can take the 1. And morale will be 4 for that. So Daniel, how would you like to
Okay.
split your points or split your rolls?
I failed. I did not suffer any wounds, and I lost a morale.
Okay, so that is success.
I assume I was trying to hear about home and
Fail.
got bummed out.
That makes sense. 4 for wounds, and the other 2 for morale. Alrighty, Matt, how are you distributing your rolls?
All right. So I am taking the 4 as a success. I'm taking my 1 as 2 wounds,
Oof.
Oh.
and my 3 as 0 morale loss.
Oakley dokley. Alrighty, so it is now Russell and Nathan. So Russell, how are you distributing your points or your rolls?
I took 2 wounds. I failed, but I'm not letting it bug me too much.
I took 1 wound and failed, but you know, the company morale is more important at this moment. It feels a little too early to start, pulling from our pool,
That
Wait, how many people
is
failed?
fair. Okay. So you are morale. Wounds. And success. Failure. Okay, so for morale, it looks like we're at a net 0.
Hell yeah, gamers.
Yeah, we're at a net 0 because I gained 1. Daniel lost us 1, and then everybody else put 3s in theirs. Okay, so morale was good. Now, those of you who took wounds, you can survive up to 2 wounds. The 3rd wound counts as your character's death. So now we need to count up and see. Okay, so event failed. More failures than successes. We got 1 failure, 2 failure, 3 failure, 4 failure. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna roll a d4. Matt, please roll a d4.
Oh, this could go
Fantastic.
very badly, very
Meeting
quickly.
with friendly people. We have failed meeting with friendly people.
I have rolled a 1.
So we lose 2 morale.
Christ. This is going to be a short game.
Hard mode. The true Dark Souls starts now.
You died.
So we're at 4 total morale.
Yep, we are at 4 total morale. So
now we have to describe the wounds we got, right?
yes. However, first, what I would like to do is I would like Russell.
Hello.
How did your pickpocketing play out?
Oh, I think I was going through what the hell's the word? Their carriages or whatever, and it turned out they weren't actually empty. Someone caught me, and it just resulted in just being beaten by everyone in the caravan.
We'll just stand by and watch.
That makes
not to do that, man.
Everybody's a little bit like, okay, but you had it coming.
And
if
also,
you're gonna rob people, you have to keep it a secret. Goddess of secrets. You got to keep it a
I
secret.
thought there was a distraction.
I got sad.
I also got sad. We were too sad to properly distract anyone.
Okay, so everybody that suffered wounds gets to roll 3d4 per wound.
Ooh.
Yes, so let's start with Nathan.
2, a 2, and a 3.
Okay, so torso.
And I'm just gonna take those in the order I took them in. So
It
got
a bad torso wound that you can just like walk it off. Just rub some dirt in it. It'll be fine. And then you took a second wound?
No, I did not.
Okay, you only took 1?
That was Russell.
All the wounds.
Okay. So Russell.
First was a 2, 3, 4.
Oh, torso could be worse, and it's barely noticeable. It's fine. And the second one?
It's fine.
Head could be worse, barely noticeable. It's only a mild concussion.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's good. It's good. You'll be fine. Just have a nap for a little bit. Okay. And oh yeah, Matt. You
Yeah,
got
I
some
had 2
wounds.
wounds. Yeah. So for the first wound, I got 2 for 4.
Torso, flesh wound, barely noticeable.
Okay. The second wound, 113.
Ooh.
Head severe, but you can walk it off. So
Just a
how
head
You
wound.
can walk
Head wound
off a
work.
severe head wound.
apparently how did you attain this severe head wound?
Okay,
What
Alright,
did
cool.
Merc do?
So I think Nathan was a little bit keen as to what was actually going on here. Because the whole point of feeding these people spiced fried garlic is to spice them from the inside. Because the
What?
provisions are low, and it's better for the company to put meat back on the menu.
Oh my god.
Dear God!
No, God is dead.
Yes, God is dead,
And there was nothing we could do to stop it.
We have
and
to
in
survive
the
any way we can now.
process of we'll say preparing one of these travelers for butchering, Merc was discovered and retained some wounds.
And also
Ironically-
got beaten mercilessly.
Yeah,
Ironically, you thought them beating me was going to be enough of a distraction.
there's a lot of beating going on.
The first peaceful encounter just turns violent. It's great.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
No, it's not. We failed.
I succeeded, but
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah, there was success.
the one success, right?
It worked.
Presumably, we can say that I got my bad torso wound that I can walk off from seeing someone start beating our chef within an inch of his life and intervening, not realizing that maybe I should have just let him die.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is the first week's event.
Well, that
My
went
guy
terribly.
failed because he's sad because he found out that maybe we're not as nice of people after all. We've got thieves and cannibals in this group. and that's
What's the
sad.
point of being good? Our God is dead.
what sort of secrets did you think we were keeping?
No,
What do you think's in that meatloaf?
no.
Oh my god, was that what happened to Eileen?
Where do you think I got this coat?
I'm
It's
gonna
so
cross
nice.
off the word. I'm gonna cross off the word innocent and innocent greenhorn, right?
The chili pea masks the human flavors.
Oh my god.
Jeffrey is scarred for what's left of his life.
Michael's
Jeffrey's gonna
totally
have
okay with
abandoned.
this.
At least one of you appreciates my art.
Christ.
Okay,
I've
so
had better.
time for event 2. This is panicked. Things are getting a little bit worse. And stuff is, starting to hit the fan a little bit more. Daniel, I would like you
Yeah.
to roll and choose for this here event.
So just how many
Same
D4s?
Lordsworn.
It's going to be 3d4s, and
Okay.
each, so you're going to have 2 sets of choices
Yeah.
to like pick a single option from for
Okay.
each roll. It's page
Gotcha.
68 for reference.
Yeah.
And
414.
do we keep using the same Lordsworn for
Uh,
this?
No, you can. Well, you can if you want. You pick you pick which one is in the spotlight per scene, like, per event.
Okay.
Mm.
Per scene, not per week. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think there are nobles that are panicked and praying. No, there's beasts. Fuck it. Beasts are more interesting than nobles.
Are the beasts
Um,
praying?
The beasts are frightened. No. The beasts are panicked and praying. But I think the A is going to turn into an E.
Oh, okay. I have an option. I have an idea here.
Yeah.
Beast
Alright,
pray
hit
low.
us.
maybe the beasts are attacking a bunch of like priests of
Okay.
maybe our goddess.
And one of them's going to contract werewolfism, and they're going to become the beast priest, and we'll see it on Amazon next year.
Well, Fiona the Cavalier is going to charge forward and start slaying these beasts. What kind of beasts do we think they are?
That is a very good question. What kind of beasts do we think these are?
Werewolves, called it already.
Okay.
That's fair.
You know, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with wolves.
Wolves, perhaps were, perhaps otherwise.
Yeah.
Perhaps aware.
Oh, werewolves.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've all played One Night Ultimate Werewolf, right? We all know the experience of of thinking you're a werewolf, but then you're not really a werewolf, which makes you a werewolf.
Oh, God.
That's just
I
college.
will be taking no questions at this time. Thank you and good night.
Wait, why's that?
So who are you bringing into the scene, Nathan?
Free.
Creed again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be bringing in Artorias.
Bring Dave, the simple soldier.
Oh, good old Dave. And you said you were bringing in Artorias?
Yep.
You know what? I think Barnaby, the fading avatar, is gonna make an appearance here. So actually, Daniel, do you want to describe the scene since you rolled it up?
Yeah, I think it is. I think the first thing we hear is the prayers. There's some chanting and some singing. And that, gives us a little bit of hope, maybe at first, at least for some of us. Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were getting emotional there.
No, that was a yawn. Then the screaming starts, and the howling. And the prayers continue, and the singing, the hymns to our goddess continue, but it is being drowned out by shrieks and of pain. The leader of the priests is saying, "Keep praying, our God will hear us, our God will save us." And she will not hear or save because she is dead. It's going to be up to us to save them from this pack of a dozen massive wolves.
Oh, but our goddess is also a goddess of the moon. So some people are taking this as a good sign.
Well, no, the werewolves were once service of the goddess, and now they are not.
Oh. The lore implications.
Yes.
I mean, what are werewolves if not secretive, emotive, moon-based creatures?
Yes.
Exactly.
It lines up perfectly.
Yeah.
The
I
werewolves
think the
go in the
werewolves
square
have either
hole.
turned against us or gone mad.
I like the going mad.
Yeah, I think they've gone
Same.
mad.
That's fun. I like that.
Yeah. I think some of the... No! This is what it is. The priests are the werewolves. The priests travel with werewolves, and they are telling them to pray to make sure that they can control themselves or whatever, and they cannot. That's what it is.
Ooh, the priests are like turning on each other type deal.
Yes, because they're not all werewolves, but some of them are werewolves.
Beast priests.
No, they're the brotherhood. They're like a brotherhood of werewolves. They're like priests that are a brotherhood of werewolves, and but they're losing control of themselves because the moon is gone. There we go.
There you go.
Some
Nice.
with a crossbow killed it.
Yeah.
That's sick as hell. Yeah.
Wasn't a crossbow, it was a great bow.
Some dickhead with a great bow.
And Fiona the Cavalier rides in and with their lance and starts spearing those that are attacking the humans. And, is not really thinking too hard about oh, we need to save these crazed werewolves. If they're crazed, they're going to get put down like the beasts they are.
I think Artorias' introduction to this scene is one of the priests is like hurt and dragged away from the rest of them and like ripped apart. But as he is like killed, Artorias like emerges from the corpse of the priest, dripping in viscera, and begins attacking the wolves.
Oh God!
Holy shit!
Well, Simple Soldier Dave doesn't know much, but he knows hierarchy, and he's pretty sure a werewolf priest outranks a regular priest, so he's going to start firing arrows into the priests.
Oh God!
That's fair. And yeah, I think Barnaby is going to start also leveling shots. What you basically see, because you don't actually see too much of Barnaby out and about, because they generally get mobbed because they are pretty bird person. And like what you do see though is like the silver streak as arrows are coming from like the very back of the company's formation, and like slamming into the werewolves that have turned and that are attacking the rest of the priests. Was there anything else that people would like to do before we roll them bones, as it were?
Well, I haven't described what Creed's doing yet.
Oh yes, Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Creed is actively attempting, like, flesh wounds and crippling wounds only. Like, he is shooting for knees and shit because someone here has to be actually interested in saving lives.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
We'll see how well that goes.
That's entirely fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fiona is saving lives. She's killing monsters.
I'm saving lives too. The werewolves.
Same. I just emerged from one.
No boy.
So this is gonna go great. All right, let's roll.
Ah. I'll keep that one for myself this time. Okay, so when everyone is ready, we can start assigning with Daniel.
All right. 4 to myself, 3 to Creed, and 3
Four.
to
3.
3 to Artorias.
Rita Artorias. Okay.
Yeah,
You rolled well.
I did roll well.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Matt, you're up.
We're going to keep a 3. We're going to send a 3 over to Nathan. And we're going to give a 2 to you, Damien.
Okie dokie.
It had to go somewhere.
Yeah, that's fair. Alrighty, Nathan.
Okay. I'm going to hand a 4 over to Daniel.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna hand a 4 over to Damien.
Yay!
And I'm gonna keep a 1 for myself.
Oh. Self-sacrificing.
I just think it would be more interesting, if my idealism didn't work out in the end and I was unable to save lives with my strategy.
That's
I dig it.
that's fair. Russell.
I'm going to keep a 4 for myself, give a 4 to Daniel, and give a 2 to Matt.
Hell yeah.
I think that's 3 4s for me. Hell yeah.
Is 3 4s for you.
Wow.
You're doing well.
Don't mess with Fiona and her sort of flying horse. Not really.
Sort of flying horse.
It's got wings.
That's fair. And then for myself, I am keeping a 1. on.
I've been keeping track of this, so I know what you're seeing.
Yeah, well, I guess you're getting the other two. I'm not sure exactly how that worked out, but it worked out. So you're getting 2 3s.
All right.
As long as everybody gets the right amount of dice, that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, and now we assign.
I give 4s to everything. Done.
Yeah, well, not everybody's that lucky.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 3 for success failure, giving me a success. I'm going to take a 3 for wounds for 0 wounds, and a 2 to morale for 1 morale loss.
Ooh. Okay, and succeed. Going to. You know what? Wound. So take 1 wound, and then 2 morale loss.
Yikes.
So Daniel is 4s to everything. Russell.
I'm taking a 4 for success. I did really great at killing priests. 3 to wounds and a 3 to morale.
Right. Net 2 morale loss so far.
And Nathan.
I'll take the 1 to failure because it does not seem like we failed today. My strategy saved no lives, and now I'm even more guilty, which is just great for our man Creed. But I took no wounds, and we have lost no morale.
From you.
From me. Today he mostly sucked.
Okay. So, that is... Yeah, so it's 2 morale loss in total. However, we did succeed. There were 1, 2, 3... 4 successes out of 5. So for those of us, I'm the only one who took a wound. Okay, so roll down. No morale, no failure. So the fading avatar Barnaby takes a wound to the torso. Oh, that's 2s all around. An extremely painful bad wound to the torso.
Oof.
I think what had happened was one of the werewolves had come around, basically come around and was not spotted by the rest of the people who were defending, and
I saw.
Slashed. Yeah, you weren't aiming for werewolves. And slashed at Barnaby as they were lamenting the having to kill all of these priests, because the werewolves were priests too. So that is going to take us down to 2 morale for the company.
We're doing great.
Guys, we gotta start taking other things besides morale hits.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll out bonus next time.
We're doing fine. What are you talking about?
Alrighty, on to week 2. The winds speak of change, and the ground beneath you lurches more frequently. As the world starts to wake up to the death of multiple gods in the Cataclysm, its effects begin to take root deeper. Humanity beginning to turn inwards to weather the oncoming storm, and hope is now a flickering yet still burning candle.
I really want to say that the moon is gone. I think the moon is gone, and it is messing with the tides as well as everything else that's bad. But I think that's part of the crisis that people are realizing that, oh man, Things is bad. There's no more moon.
It's been unusually dark at night for some reason.
Yeah, no, because it was like a new moon.
Yeah,
and it just didn't come back.
that's fair. It was a new moon while our goddess was on the battlefield fighting.
Yes, and then it never came back.
Yeah.
It's like in Dragon Ball where they blow up the moon.
Exactly.
So the
It's
events
exactly like that.
Yeah.
the events for this week are panicked once again and desperate. So Matt, I would like you to roll for this week.
Let's see what we get. And I get to choose between the two tables, yeah?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Alright, so we're going to go for the desperate tables. We have ourselves some ruins.
Oh, no, hold on. No, you're rolling for panicked, but there's two tables under panicked. Yeah, desperate is going to be the second.
Gotcha. Alright. So let's see. We got panicked. So we're going for nobles. That's our entity. The adjective we have here is anxious, as they should be. Their money is worth nothing now.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I gotta re-roll this d6. Gotta re-roll this d6 because I'm a scrub. Come on, give me something. All right. We got ourselves anxious nobles who are rescuing something.
Maybe they need rescuing.
That could be like a double meaning thing here, where they need rescuing because they've gotten themselves into the idea that rescuing their riches is more important than rescuing their lives.
Ooh, I like that.
So does anybody have an idea on how this could be playing out visually?
Well, I mean, I know I was talking about the tides. Could it be like their ships or something? It could be. It doesn't have to be that. That's just my first thought. I came up with the last one though, so somebody else could come up with something cooler. Maybe something more violent. I don't know.
As long as it's TOS appropriate, I don't care.
Well, yeah. We're not trying to break TOS.
So does anybody else have any ideas? I actually kind of like the whole like shoreline thing and ships. Like maybe maybe there's like a ship that has been like essentially beached because of the weird buggy tides that aren't predictable anymore.
I mean, if there is no tide,
run aground.
Yeah.
It's a treasure ship run aground. They're trying to get their treasure, but now everybody's kind of like fighting for it. It's turning into a free for all because everybody wants to get this money. And there's nobles here, but they all also have like their own mercenaries and whatnot.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my ship. It's named after my ex-wife, but they all have the same ex-wife.
I mean, the bad thing that happened because of our god's death in this instance was that everybody pretty much lost emotional control. So it kind of makes sense that this would happen the moment.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, so ship run aground, people are scrambling over it. It looks like some nobles are on the ship and trying to defend their riches rather than their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they have some mercenaries that are with them, I think. And like they're kind of they're definitely under siege by a couple of different forces, I'm picturing.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything else they would like to add before we decide who is in the spotlight?
I'm good.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think I am going to. You know what? I think Jimmy's going to come for this run.
Jimmy Forehands.
Fuck yeah, we love Jimmy Forehands.
Good for looting.
Rufio for this one.
Bringing Rufio.
Yep.
We're gonna bring Lucatiel to this one.
Fiona the Cavalier is showing up again.
Just riding
It
high.
would be funny if actual Madwoman Diana the Screaming Vindicator showed up to put the fear of the goddess back in all of these idiots.
Okay, I'm down with that. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're going with Fiona, Rufio. You are going with Diana, Rufio, Fiona. Who were you bringing again, Matt? Sorry,
Lucatiel,
you're bringing Lucatiel.
a noble knight.
Yes, and then I am bringing the prophet Jimmy Forearms. With a thigh brand and 4 crow daggers, because it just says crow daggers. Doesn't say how many, and he has 4 hands.
Fair enough.
Makes sense. The math doesn't lie.
Alrighty. So, Matt, you can start this one off. How does Lucatiel approach the situation?
Yeah, so Lucatiel in this like incredibly fancy black steel armor. And I'm imagining it's got like thorns on it to keep people off of her in the midst of combat. She just confidently strides up to these nobles and like clears her throat and addresses them quite loudly, expecting that they will understand that she is important because of the armor, and as nobles they should know of her station. And she just says, "Nobles, stand down. Your money is meaningless by this point. Our great goddess is dead, and your struggles have no use in this moment. Flee
Yeah,
with
you're
your
really winning
lives.
hearts and minds.
Flee with your lives and enjoy what's left of them. Leave your worldly possessions behind, for you will find nowhere to spend them. All is lost, except for your souls."
Alrighty. Nathan, how would you like to follow that up?
This is while this is going on, in the distance, all of the nobles hear Diana screaming her goddamn head off at, mercenaries and soldiers and guards who have come here for this fight, yelling shit like, "Defilers, do you know where you stand?" And then she's just like taking heads clean off. It's great.
Taking heads off of the people besieging the beached ship, or is she made it onto the ship and is like just indiscriminately? Because both are viable options.
She's pretty much going after anyone she can see with a weapon, making her way to the ship.
Okay.
And
Fair enough.
on the ship when she gets there.
And Fiona is right alongside her.
Nice.
No
Alrighty.
one is allowed to have weapons except us, apparently. No fighting, and I'll kill you if you do.
Rufio is set up on a hill nearby and is trying to lure people over, just away from the ships. Just some sort of magical dance going on because charm focus. That's the sort of stuff they do.
Dance,
And
magic dance.
Rufio knows that we've got some problems. There's a problem right here. The solution, obviously, cannibalism.
Obviously. Meat's back on the menu, boys.
No.
Well, food is in short supply. But anyway, Jimmy Four Hands, is slowly walking up behind the advancing violence, going towards the ship. And anybody who's fallen and not yet dead, going to bend down and quietly whisper, "Accept the benediction of the Outer Ones." And the ones that say no or seem to hesitate, he's going to shank.
We're doing great today, guys.
We're the good guys, right?
Well, the
No,
rest of you
there
might
is
be.
Any point in Nowhere at any point in this game does it say that in the book.
That is true.
Not
Maybe-
Stan,
one.
we're real sad. Let's do some murders about it.
maybe we deserved to lose our god.
well,
Just want it out.
Jimmy is just Jimmy. He's a bit special. He kind of lost favor with.
Yeah,
The
Jimmy has
goddess
their own
and-
unique take on the goddess.
Yeah, he's the whole squirmy skin thing, and he knows the truth, and he wants to spread it, and he wants other people to bring the truth back with him.
I like that we're all from this incredibly pleasant place called Soft Springs, and we're all the worst people.
War changes people.
That's true.
Look,
I don't know. The fading avatar is
Diana
not
was-
a bad person.
My guys are nice. My guys are nice.
Creed's chill, and the only reason Diana is an insane psychopath is because she was literally right there when the God of Secrets died.
And got splashed with Oviana's
Got
blood.
splashed with God blood. Yeah.
You're in the front row.
That's that is definitely enough to make somebody a little bit morally loose. Yeah.
She got killed by a
Alright.
god named Gallagher with a giant hammer.
I guess it's time to roll then.
Yes, it is definitely time to roll.
Ooh.
Okay. We can work with that.
Yeah, we can.
You'll get that.
Wow. Now that's results.
So
All-
right now, when everybody's despairing and murdering and more murdering, that's when we roll well, huh?
Yeah, apparently. So Matt, would you like to start us off?
Yeah, I'm keeping a 4,
That's
very
fair.
selfishly, and I'm handing out a 4 to Damien
Oh, thank you.
and a 3 to Russell.
Glorious.
Rufio.
Yeah.
Nathan.
All right. I'm gonna be keeping a 4 for myself, and I'm gonna hand out a 4 to Daniel
Yeah.
and a 3 to Russell.
Triple 3.
Nice numbers.
Yeah,
And a
we're doing pretty well right now.
3. Russell.
Hello. Oh, right.
Yes.
It's my
Dice. What are you
I'll
keeping
be
for
keeping
yourself?
3 for myself.
A 3. Nice.
And I will give a 2 to Daniel
Mm.
and a 1 to Nathan.
After he was so nice and gave you
Well, the
A
order
3.
things, I couldn't have done it before he was so nice.
that's fair. That is fair. So
That happens.
and that was a 1, right? That you were giving him?
Yep.
Alrighty. Now it is me. So I'm keeping a 4 for myself. I am going to give Nathan a 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I am going to give Matt a 3.
Nice.
And that would bring us back to Daniel.
Okay, 3 to me. Unless I have all of them. No, I don't have 3 dice yet.
Nope, That was your 3rd.
Okay. 3 to me, 3 to Damien, and
Matt
2
is the left.
2 to
is-
Matt.
Mhm.
2 to Matt.
Okay.
Alrighty. So now, let us...
4 2
Resolution. Okay. So, I'll say... Well, the first 2 don't really matter. So we'll say success for that. We're gonna say wounds for the 3, and we're gonna say morale for the 4. Matt, how are you assigning your dices?
I think what I'm going to do is we're going to say 2 for success failure, making that a failure. We're going to take the 3 for wounds, so 0 wounds, and the 4 for morale, giving us a +1 to morale. So what I imagine happens is Lucatil gives this big speech, to which the nobles are like, no, actually, fuck you, and start charging. And her response to that is, very well, then break yourselves upon my blade, and just slaughters everyone that comes to dissent.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that is fair.
It truly is back on the menu, boys.
Nathan.
But it's good for morale.
How does this go for Diana?
Well, I'm gonna say the 1 is going to the failure. And since her only goal was checks notes slaughtering people, presumably that just means some people escaped. Which is good for everybody, but it wasn't what Diana wanted today.
That is fair.
The 3 will go to wounds. I took no wounds, and the 4 will go to morale because holy shit, do we ever need more morale?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, so what I'm picturing here is like as Diana's running through the battlefield, like she's more wounding people than actually getting killing blows. And like people are shying away from the screaming, seemingly undead lady.
Yeah, something like that.
Russell, how is Rufio? Oh, there's
All 3s.
3s to everything. So how does this look for Rufio then?
Some people were enticed over by my magic dance. I led them to the camp. The cook is seeing to them now. And just no wounds and no morale problem.
Yeah, that's fair. And you're just kind of pleased with your results.
Yeah, I think Diana or whatever it was will be pleased to know that I got some of the stragglers she missed.
That does please her. Yeah.
So with Jimmy, as I said, the first 4 is going to go into success. So he was able to get a few converts to kind of join the hangers-on, but unfortunately they're not converts to Oviana, who is currently dead. They're converts to some eldritch horror beyond the stars. No wounds out of the deal, because he's getting rid of any of the ones who would have dissented faster than they could deal with him. And morale, it's brought back new people, fresh blood. It's always fun when new friends join. Yeah, that's it. That's why we all gain morale.
Just more mouths to feed. Unless
with
More
other
to
mouths.
feed. Yeah, that's exactly.
I see this as an absolute win.
And Daniel, how is
Fiona charges forward, and being on a big ass horse that's covered in metal and has wings, she's covered in beautiful armor. It's less that she needs to attack people and more that they are just kind of intimidated by her. And she's able to calm things down mostly through fear. She succeeds. She takes 1 wound, and she has a what did I have it? I had a 4,
a 2 and a 3?
A 4, a 2, and a 3. So I will do the 2 will be the wound, the 4 will be the morale, and the 3 will be the success. So we gain 1 morale and gain 1 wound.
Okay. Success. Alrighty, so we were generally successful. All around.
Huzzah.
And so this was Artorias that you brought in this time, yes?
Lucatiel.
Or sorry, Lucatiel. Yeah. So
Oh, I got to
So-
roll my wounds, right? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and 4. So we are back up to 6 morale.
Hell yeah, gamers.
We're the best at this.
Because we were happy about getting new food and new friends, and
Those were not mutually exclusive.
We use the words interchangeably.
It's the same word in our language.
I don't know if I'm part of that sect. My people don't know if they're part of your sect.
A schism in the cult.
Of course you wouldn't know. It's a secret sect.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Whether he's part of it or not. He's
I
a secret
rolled
devil.
my wounds,
Yep.
and it's not good. I rolled 2 1s and a 2.
Nice.
Ooh.
So I think I have an extremely painful, severe head wound.
Well, that's
It's not good. Yeah.
That's
Just
okay.
walk
You
it
get
off.
3 more of those. There are 2 more of those.
Yeah.
Turns out, though, that while the horse is able to scare everyone away, one armored horse versus like a mob, somebody's gonna hit you eventually.
Yeah. You ended up getting like a rock to the dome.
Yeah.
Which was fine, except you fell off your horse.
Alrighty. So that was the first event of week 2.
How many weeks are we gonna do? How many
It's-
orders these do we have?
It is 4 weeks, and there are 2 events per week.
Oh,
Yes.
this is okay.
We're at a fast clip.
It took us about 2 hours to get a third of the way through, so not that fast. Not a third.
Yeah.
Quarter of the way through.
Fair. Good
Yeah,
point,
are we
actually.
are we gonna do all of this? Okay.
Well, I mean, we
Yeah.
can figure
Yeah.
out a stopping point. Like, if you have a hard out that you need to get out by, we can.
Yeah, I gotta go at like 8:15. I don't mean to be mean. I thought we were
No.
gonna play for about 2 hours.
No,
I could keep going for a little longer, but yeah.
That's fair. So you got to be out
Yeah.
at 8:15. So you got like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I could go a little longer. I could say 8:30. I could go to
Okay.
8:30. I could go
So what we'll do then is we will do the second event for week 2.
Okay.
And then we can kind of put a pin in things there, and
Okay.
make sure
Then
that
we'll be halfway-ish done.
yeah, then we'll be
Yeah.
halfway, and then we can pick this up like, hey, maybe even end of next month type deal.
Yeah, that would be good. We could do this.
Sure,
Like
yeah.
I would be down to this more. I'm just sorry. I can't.
No,
Yeah.
it makes
yeah,
sense.
it's fair.
Life
Yeah.
happens. It is that weird time of year where people have like responsibilities.
I
Mhm.
do. I actually have some company over that I am taking a break from, but never mind. We don't need to go into my personal life. Let's do some. Let's roll some dice. Let's get
Yeah,
going.
we'll get into your personal life next month.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that's future
So-
time.
Yeah.
So
Good
the
thing.
event now is
Okay.
desperate. Things are
Okay.
getting worse,
Mhm.
and
Who's rolling it?
You are.
yes, you are.
Oh.
We're gonna keep the same rotation.
Okay, I got a 2, a 3, and a 1. So, God Mourners are
Accurate.
feral.
Some more werewolves,
Yay.
maybe. I don't know.
And No. God Mourners are hungry and pleading.
Oh,
Ooh.
Mm.
So they come to our doors, or no, perhaps we see them. We're still in the same, like, general. We're going along the coastline, right? So some of those nobles are still around, and presumably hoarding, wealth and food and supplies, right? And there are some people, some true devouts, who have, want to eat. And of course, knowing how this party is going to go, we're probably just going to kill them all, but I'd like to at least try and save some of them.
No, we should definitely try to save some of them.
At least for a couple days.
Yeah.
Viva
Yeah.
la revolution, motherfuckers!
Yeah.
Salt them.
Eat the rich, goddammit! Guys, we can literally eat the rich. That's our thing.
Yeah, that is fair.
Why
Mhm.
is the goddess of secrets a cannibal?
That's
I don't know. This was Merc's idea.
This is entirely my fault. I take credit for this.
that is just how everything shook out. Okay,
Yes,
Yes,
so
Eventually, I know
cannibalism
this group.
is a secret.
hungry.
It also makes sense if we're tied to werewolves as well. I could
Yeah.
see.
Mhm.
I don't think all of them do, but I could definitely see like a thing starting up a sect in the cults that's into that.
Yeah, the way it got started
Yeah.
was one of the priests saw the werewolf eating someone and was like, maybe they're onto something there.
Very deep.
Alrighty. So we have the hungry, pleading god mourners. Now, are they coming up to like? Are we like camped for the night and they're coming up to us, or are we coming up on them? Do you think?
I think they were saying we came up on them because they're not begging us for food. They're begging like the nobles or the people that are hoarding the food.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like maybe a little bit down the coast.
Yeah.
There's like a caravan of nobles that are stopped, and like they're being swamped by these hungry, devout of Oviana who are just merely asking for food to survive.
Yeah. Are they in a caravan or are they in like a fortify? I was thinking they'd be like in a castle or something.
Okay, yeah. We can work with that. They're in like a keep of some sort.
Yeah.
And they have their doors locked, and maybe they're firing warning shots
Yeah.
out at the crowd of people who are begging at their gates. So who are we putting into the spotlight for this one?
I've got to bring Merc back.
I think for the sake of giving at least each one of my people a shot during this, I'll bring Helen into this.
Helen?
Yeah.
Okay. Russell?
Simple Dave, the soldier.
And I think Justinian, my herald, will be doing it.
Justinian the Herald.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
He's taken improv classes. He loves a good herald.
Yeah. And I think Barnaby, the fading avatar, is going to join us on this. So starting with you, Nathan. How are we all reacting to what is going on? How are you approaching the scene?
I think Helen's gonna try and find a way to magic the doors open. Because I mean, Helen is clearly a bit magic. What with the black ichor drips behind bandaged eyes and the cryptic glowing runes that float around her like a halo. I think
And the
her
flaming
goal right
skull.
now is this is a chance to no, that's Diana.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it isn't Diana, it turns out that was an optional descriptor.
Oh.
Yeah, because at this point, this is a chance to do something righteous, and let's be real, we're all everybody with a moral compass is kind of hurting for a chance to do that at the moment.
That's entirely fair.
Yeah. Not that there are too many of us with moral compasses in this chat, but
Ouch, that hurts.
I'm a moral
I love you
magnet.
guys. I love you guys.
Alrighty, so we have Helen, the occultish oracle, trying to take down the gates. Russell, what is Davy Boy doing?
Dave is going to try to have a frank, calm discussion with the rich folks to try and convince them to give food to the poor. He's just gonna go straight up the door, knock on it. Hey, we got some people needs the foods. Can we have some foods for the people?
Okay, be ready to assign a 1 to the failure success for him.
Where's that moral compass now, Nathan?
I was going off of past experience, okay?
I think Barnaby kind of feels bad about having to kill werewolves. So they are going to like seeing the plight of the devout and faithful of Oviana. They're going to try and shoot the gate down. To let the people in.
Merc. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Daniel, what is Justinian doing?
Justinian waving the flag of the moon held high, remembering a goddess who no longer exists, but maybe the thing she stood for still does, is rallying the people around him. And because, like, they're sort of just a mass and they're like, kind of matter, whatever. He is going to, like, get them rallied up, ready to go, maybe a little bit organized. Maybe with a little bit of help of some of the weapons that we have, and tear these fucking gates down, or maybe get some ladders and climb the gates. I don't really know, but leading the rabble.
Justinian the Agitator.
Yeah.
Nice.
And anybody who has a problem with it gets shot in the face.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And what do we got?
People were helping.
But
Well, it's a valid question. And what is Merc up to?
So Merc, kind of at the front of this whole place, before the gates, before the crowd of people who are hungry, is setting a ritual. It is a funeral pyre made of sage, rosemary, thyme, onions, turnips, carrots, potatoes, and wearing a crown of various herbs and spices, and is getting a crowd to chant sort of the same phrase over and over again, which is basically those who would not share of their wealth are destined to fill the bellies of those who they have betrayed. This is a not so vague threat.
Well,
Decisively not so vague.
I guess I guess it is time to eat the rich.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know how this
discussion
I ended up coming up with this, but that's not bad.
Okay, I can make this work.
Well, that's a bummer.
oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So Nathan, if you are ready, how would you like
All right.
to distribute stuff?
I'm going to give myself a 4. I'm gonna pass off a 1 to Russell. Sorry, Russell.
That's okay. I need some of those.
And I'm gonna pass off a 4 to Daniel.
Hey, I love that.
Yeah. You were chosen at random.
The best kind of random.
I'll take it.
Alrighty. And Russell.
I'll keep a 4 for myself, and I will give a 3 to Damien and a 3 to Matt.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
It was a bummer because I rolled well.
3. And Oakley Dokley. That leaves me. So I'm gonna give myself a 3. I am going to give Daniel a 3.
Okay.
And I am going to give Russell a 1.
Perfect.
It is now Daniel.
All right, I'm gonna give myself a 4. And then I'm gonna give wait, who oh no, there's an ad on your stream. I can't see the numbers that you've been putting up.
Well, that's kind of a good thing. But
well,
Nathan.
no, I mean the numbers that we've been who needs
Okay.
numbers still.
So Nathan and Matt both only have 1, and then
Matt
I am at
gets
2. Sorry.
you get a 1, Matt gets a 2. I'm not gonna give a low number to Nathan. He gave me a 4.
Thanks.
Okay, and then Matt.
All right. Who's left to get numbers?
You and Nathan.
There should be
Wait.
one other.
Nope, it's worked out like this once before.
So I have 3 numbers. I would have to give.
No,
You give yourself 2 of them.
No, you give yourself 1
Uh-huh.
because you already have 2, and then you would give the other 2 to Nathan.
Oh, the other 2 to Nathan. Okay. Gotcha. All right, that makes sense. Nathan,
Right,
you were getting a
again.
1. You got a 1 and a 4.
Okay.
And what are you keeping for yourself?
A 2.
A 2. Oakley dokily. So yeah, Nathan, how would you like to assign your numbers?
All right. 414. It's an all-time classic. Hey, what's our current morale total at?
6.
Nice. And the max is 8.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to add 1 to the morale.
So 4
I'm
goes in
gonna say
morale.
that I'm gonna say that I succeeded in knocking down the doors. But in the process, I gained 2 wounds in the ensuing chaos.
Oof. Yeah, I could say that would be probably rather painful. Russell.
Perfect. So 1 for success, 1 for wounds and morale. So what happens is there's a violent uprising starting. We've knocked down the door. I calmly go up, knock very politely. Everybody thinks I'm an idiot. The talk does not go well. Everybody kicks the shit out of me, and it's hilarious.
Nice.
And then the 4 went into morale, you said?
Yep.
Oakley dokily.
Everybody really enjoyed watching that. So we're at
Centrist, get out of here.
Alrighty. So that was you. Now it's me. So gonna succeed. It's going to be average for morale. However, the fading avatar is going to take a couple of wounds. And now Daniel.
Okay. A 4-3-4, is that
Yeah,
right?
that's what you got.
Succeed, 0 wounds, +1 morale.
Nice.
It's
Well,
great. I lead a glorious charge forward. Was that my right numbers, or did I get the
Yep.
numbers wrong?
No, you got the numbers right.
Yeah, no, the people are led, and this inspires us to be like, hey, you know what? Sure, God is dead, but maybe we could do some good things on Earth. If it's still called Earth, I don't know.
That's fair. It can be called Earth. And okay, so Matt, how does things go with Merc?
I'm going to choose a spicy option.
Ooh.
Oh no.
It is thematically correct. So
best
I'm
kind of
going
correct.
to. Thank you. I'm going to take a 2 for success failure, making a failure. I'm going to take a 3 for morale, so 0 morale loss. And I'm going to take another 2 for wounds, giving Merc another wound, and thus being his demise.
Ooh.
As he becomes the feast for this ritual. He douses himself in chili pepper, throws himself upon the pyre, and bastes in juices.
Alrighty, so we have our first casualty, and it's the company cook. as the crowd is whipped into a fervor, and leading this odd ritual that's going on, that's working everybody up, is Merc, and he offers himself to this pyre as the final sacrifice, and looks like we basically have success, a generally successful situation. The crowd, after the gates come down with a crash, as a combination of Helen's magic and the bow, the arrow from Barnaby's bow, just connects with the door at the same time and shatters it into shards. One of them flying back and connecting with Barnaby, granting him some, and that's going to be 2 wounds for Barnaby.
2 wound buddies.
So 3, a 4, and a 1. So in the arms is just a flesh wound, but it's going to be scarred for life. So, and also a 4, a 4, and a 1. So this splinter of gate, it was actually a chunk of the like metal banding, came back and kind of hit both Barnaby's arm and leg, as where he was kind of crouched. That actually protected the rest of his body from harm. So he has a flesh wound that is going to essentially leave a scar on both his arm and his leg for the rest of his life.
Damn.
You can describe Merc's new wound if you want.
Well, Merc's dead, right?
Yeah,
He's very dead.
he's very dead.
So
but-
his death came from 1,000 cuts into his meat and shared like a cake in the office.
that
What you're
is
saying is he was alive after being cooked.
Oh my god. I feel terrible for him if he weren't Merc.
yeah.
Exactly.
He
I also took 2 wounds.
Okay, so Helen, what do your wounds
think-
look like?
I think the single funniest thing about this system is the fact that injury severity and injury recovery time are 2 different things.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's wonderful.
So I got a head severe, you can walk it off, and a leg severe, barely noticeable. So whatever the fuck happened to Helen, it was horrible, and she will be fine tomorrow.
I'm thinking it was like you probably got hit with shrapnel from the gate exploding.
Yeah.
I think is probably the most logical way to describe that.
And she was like channeling a bunch of magic through it, which like made it worse, but didn't necessarily affect recovery time.
This is a really, really bad headache.
Yeah. You said this game isn't finished, right?
No, it is not finished. There is still there is still 2 more weeks of happening here. Russell.
I meant like
Development.
this is 0.6 version of the game.
Oh yeah. Basically anything after this is more just art for the book and possible last minute edits, because there's a couple of like editing snafus, like a your that should be you type deal.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, so this is this is essentially, it's a fully realized product. It just needs the making it look pretty portions of it.
Well, we recommend that people check it out. It's
Yes.
called Lordsworn, and if you search that up on itch.io, you will find it.
And when we put this up on the Dan's Dread Tales YouTube, I'm pretty sure that will end up going in the description as well.
Absolutely.
It
and
is.
with that, oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it is definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
It is pretty fun. It can also be played as a solo game. It is recommended for like 1 to 4 people. We added in an extra person because we're difficult like that.
Yeah, right. It's partially probably why it's taking so long, but it's good.
The rules are meant for breaking.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it does end up working out basically the same with
Oh no,
4
absolutely.
or 5 people.
Yeah.
A
Mm-hmm.
little bit more description is going on. But yeah, so we are going to set up the last half of this. I would like to do it kind of the end of last month and potentially see if
The end
either
of last month
or the end of next month.
We're going
Yeah.
back in time.
I think
Excellent.
definitely we could do that. We should finalize the exact date, but end of next month should probably be just fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we can definitely see where things go from there. Everybody from the that joined me today, that was definitely fun.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
my
Thank you
notes
so
kept.
much for organizing this.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
rules.
this is a really good time. All
I'm
right.
definitely gonna play this with the cafe crew at some point. They'd love this
Yeah.
shit.
All right.
Sure.
Well,
yeah.
I'm going to bid you guys goodbye and Happy New Year.
Yourself as
Happy
well.
New
Likewise, man.
Year.
Yeah.
Bye.
Fun.
Bye.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right, yeah. This was a really fun system. I wanted to do this for like a one shot for the podcast,
We can
originally,
fly.
because yeah, like as soon as I saw it on Kickstarter, I was like, I must play this. We must have this for the podcast.
Yeah,
I'd
this
love to do
rules.
a proper episode with this one day. Absolutely.
Yeah. This
yeah.
took me like a bit to figure out like what the rhythm is, like what's going on here. But once like we got like the second time going through the process, I was like, oh, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, and like I said, like it's very similar to what I've heard of from for Final Girl type deal. Like that sort of everybody just kind of builds as it goes, and it's very, very narrative and stuff like that. Like it's definitely something that I want to play more of. So yeah, there's definitely gonna have to be some stuff set up for that.
My first exposure to this like narrative style was Once More Into the Breach, I believe it's called. Once More Into the Void, I think.
Okay.
It's which is a Mass Effect inspired thing where like everybody kind of builds the story. And the next time it was For the Honor, which was She-Ra inspired, and that was supposed to be a one shot, and that took 4 recordings.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So I going into this, I was a little aware story heavy games can go a little longer than you think they should.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. It's like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Our first hour was also, the generation, so it didn't take quite as long as it seemed.
Yeah,
And
and like
actually got rolling.
this could have ended up ending after the first week. Like we could have hit 0 morale and been like, okay, so the company breaks and
What we gave it a shot, guys.
We almost ended it pretty early.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's the thing, and that's one of the things that I really like about it is like it can be like either a super short game, or if like we all of us kind of got a little bit more into the describing of how things were going and the role play of it and stuff like that. I think that is something that like that's where it can end up taking a little bit longer, but I think there's a lot of value in that too. Where like it does let us as players and as GMs, because we're all GMs ourselves, we all run games on occasion. It I don't know, it kind of gives us a little bit more latitude to be creative with what we're doing.
Yeah, this definitely seems to fit like sort of the two like extremes for players, like those that really want to go super into narrating and those that are just like, I just want to roll dice and see what happens and like just move on real quickly.
Yeah,
they can do both pretty easily.
And like and as well too, like for people who just want to kind of roll dice and be like, okay, so yeah, I do this and this. the other people at the table can kind of help flesh that out and help like fold it into the narration, like into the narrative with suggestions for okay, so yeah, you're attacking them. Maybe this happens. With maybe that's what this dice represents type deal. And yeah, like and yeah, Stig, it would definitely make a good engine for world building, as well. Like just sitting down solo and being like, okay, so this is what's happened in this, fucked up world that I'm trying to generate for this other game over the last like 4 weeks type deal. And like, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, have you played Microscope or heard of Microscope?
I have not, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah, because that is a game that's specifically for world building. Like the way that works is like you kind of go around the table, kind of like we did, and like each person will get their turn to be like, all right, right now we're going to talk about this event, and I'm going to define like what that is, and then like the next person can like make an event or scene or something related to it, and you can't like say like it's always yes and you cannot negate something that anyone else said. You have to like make sure it's constantly building on top. Yes. Yeah. Looks like we lost Russell. But like it's a really cool, very fast way to build like a huge amount of lore for a world. I should run it for you guys at some point. It's an absolute blast and takes 0 prep.
That does sound like it would be pretty fun. And yeah, no worries, Daniel. It's I definitely understand. You got to do what you got to do. And also you could drop a follow on your brother's account for me. I would appreciate that. Or don't. But my content's probably not what he wants to watch anyway. But yeah, so it's that definitely sounds like it would be pretty interesting to go with. As far as a game, like it's, I don't know, I coming from like a very crunch heavy like background as far as TTRPGs, like I started with Palladium RPG.
Yeah,
you don't get much crunchier than that unless you want to go with Rifts. Rifts, I think, is Rifts. Palladium took a look at what they did with the amount of crunch in Palladium RPG, and somebody was like, nah, you can't get any crunchier with this. And they just looked at them and went, hold my beer.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the audience lately for stuff that's less crunchy. Like I played Shadowrun 5th edition for a little while, and I absolutely loved like how much you can do in that system and the fact that there's rules for everything. But also sometimes I just want to play a game and not look at a rule book for 2 hours.
Exactly.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's it is like that. Now, granted, that being said, I do miss playing crunchy games. I haven't had a proper like crunchy TTRPG experience since actually I was running and playing 3.5.
I love 3.5 so much.
I think honestly, and I know I'm probably gonna catch a bunch of hate once this hits YouTube for saying this, but in my opinion, I think D&D peaked in the 3.x era.
I kind of agree, like especially considering all of the supplement that came out for it. And like it was good supplement too, like actual stuff you can use and lore. Just a huge treasure trove of stuff.
Oh yeah.
The only like thing that I really think sucked that you can just homebrew it, it'll be fine, is grappling. Granted, they built a whole system for building a very effective grapple character and living in that world, but you also have to live in that world if you're going to grapple at any point in that system.
Yeah. Well, and like I think I don't know. I much prefer the grappling system in the 3.x era to what they did with 5th edition. 5th edition grappling is useless for anything other than keeping opponents still.
Yeah.
You want to keep them in one place or move them about however you want? Yeah, grappling is great. And like I actually used the only 5th edition character that I was able to successfully use do any sort of grappling with was weirdly enough an artificer that I made. And I took the build that has the robot buddy, and And
Oh, yeah.
I would have my robot buddy just straight up be like, no, I'm going to grab this person and hold them here. And, they're not going to get to my soft, squishy body so that I can continue to cast spells on them. I found out that the Battle Master, that's the name of it, the Battle Master Artificer is broken as hell in the 5th edition rules. Like, you can annoy the piss out of your GM. So, like, basically all you do is you take you have your walking robot buddy. One of the spells that you can get, I think it's when you hit around, like, 3rd level, is Sanctuary. And one of your robot buddy's abilities is he has a reaction that lets him impose disadvantage on an opponent when they attack. So you hit him with Sanctuary. So, like, in order to attack him, they have to essentially roll at disadvantage, I think is how that works. And every turn, as soon as that adversary attacks, you can use their reaction in order to cause that to have disadvantage when they're attacking one of your allies. And
so annoying.
Yeah, you just sit there and you just don't have the your little robot buddy attack. You just have him like, no, he's just sitting there. He's going to be defensive. And when you try to swing at somebody, he's going to be like, no, distraction. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Like, oh, it's great. I think that caused the GM of that game to kind of facepalm more than once, because that's all I would do. And then it got to the point where I would grapple with them and be like, oh, hey, you're chasing after me because I'm an annoying threat. Okay. My little buddy here is going to grapple, and I'm going to cast spells through my homunculus that I made with one of my infusions, because I have, essentially 3 actions on my turn because of this. It's great.
All right, I'm about to stir the pot here a bit. If it is possible to disregard it as a sequel or a point in Dungeons and Dragons history, ignoring the fact that it's D&D, what do you guys think of 4th edition?
Okay. Mechanically, I was not a fan of it. Because I think it took a lot of the choices that you could do for various builds out of the game. My biggest beef with it was when I went to try and build a dual-wielding fighter character. Because that was, like, one of my favorite builds to make in 3.x. Is, I get it, you had to take your ambidexterity and 2-weapon fighting and stuff like that to actually be effective. But, like, as a fighter, you got all of the feats, so like that was first level, you're ready to go for that type deal. But like, I liked having that, and I liked having that, like, playing that archetype of the, like, maybe this grizzled gladiator type character that walks around with like 2 short swords or something like that, or like a short sword and a long sword, and like that's how they fight. I liked playing that archetype, and that was essentially taken away in 4th edition. The only way you could do it is to play a ranger, I think.
I am sort of in favor of 4th edition. Like, there was a lot that it did that was good for the game. Like, the minions system was good. Just having a bunch of dudes that, like, all you gotta do is, like, hit them for enough damage and then they're dead. Just flat, like, as long as you can get that, it's dead. Don't worry about it. The thing that I think was the real downfall of 4th edition is twofold. One is that there's too much that you can do outside of your own turn. That grinds everything to a halt. And the other thing is that the support for players wasn't good enough, because there's a lot of statuses and a lot of things to track, and there wasn't enough places to actually track that unless you were using a digital interface, which, let's be honest, they all kind of suck.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see that.
Yeah. The reason I ask is simply because I am well aware that I'm the youngest person on the podcast. My first exposure to D&D was the most recent edition, which was 4th, when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So like I'm always like, for me it's got this like, that was my first tabletop game. Never played in my life, but I had the books and I loved reading them. So
Yeah.
those,
because of that, it holds a weird place in my heart.
Well, yeah, and like that's the thing. Like my first, like the main reason why I like Palladium RPG is because that was literally the first TTRPG I played. And it probably, I think, having that sort of influence before D&D, because like my first D&D that I played was second edition. But I think having that first and then going into like second edition D&D kind of stoked my enjoyment of crunch in games. Because like
That makes sense. Yeah.
it's there's a lot of crunch, but like you come out of it, and a good chunk of the crunch for both Palladium RPG and Rifts actually comes in the character creation. After that, there are a lot of systems and stuff like that, but you can like, it's not like you're constantly inundated with stuff. It's just character creation is table hell.
I'm a
Like,
massive
session
slut
zero
for robust
required.
character creation.
But yeah, like it's like that's what I think one of the things that kind of drew me in. And I was like fairly young at the time. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old when I first looked at Palladium RPG. And then it was like a bunch of years later that I had experience with second edition.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think honestly, if fourth edition was released as its own thing and not as a new edition of D&D, I think it would have been better received.
Oh, I 100%. Because every complaint I hear about it is pretty much a valid complaint, but it's always in comparison to a previous or future edition.
Yeah. And like I think like honestly, I think like I said, like with me, I probably wouldn't have been so hard on it if it wasn't labeled as a new edition of D&D. There's a chance that I would probably still have the opinion that I have now. It's like I can't build my favorite archetypes because this wants to be a video game on the tabletop.
Yeah.
Like
Nathan, if you still feel like you enjoy the fourth edition kind of style, have you paid attention at all to the MCDM RPG that's in the works? Matthew Colville's role-playing game. He's kind of a big figurehead in the D&D realm space. And him and his company are making an RPG that they started to make after all the WotC OGL bullshit. And I was in a play test of it. I can't tell you very much about it. There is some that's out there that you can find out. But I was in a play test for it, and it's very like heroic fantasy. It's high action, pretty quick turns. Easy to get into, but you feel like really powerful in everything you do. I recommend giving that a look. It felt kind of like a better version of D&D 4th edition to me.
Interesting. Yeah, I myself I've heard some grumblings on it on the Dumpster Fire, also known as Twitter. Like because apparently I've been delving deep into the TTRPG Twitter, and wow.
It's a dark place.
Oh god, dude.
It's almost as dark as 40K Twitter. And 40K Twitter gets bad.
I believe it.
Like that's industrial waste levels of toxic right there.
Yeah.
Like
I think the tabletop RPG that best balances being a video game and being an actual tabletop RPG. I might have brought it up to you guys before, I'm not sure. Have either of you heard of Fabula Ultima?
Yes. I bought that and I so want to run and play it.
I remember you mentioning something about that. Like I remember hearing about it. I haven't taken a look into it myself, but
Oh, it's
It's
fun.
it does a really good job of, well, for one, the team builds the world together as part of the session 0, and that's always a blast. I've had games where we only did the session 0 because like everybody else just ended up, it fell apart as these games do, and I don't regret it because the session 0 was just a great time.
Oh, nice.
But like character creation requires you to pick at least 2 classes with 5 levels to split among them. And because you open with a multi-class thing, it still feels like you're using a video game class system, but you
Okay.
have a shit ton of flexibility. So if you wanted to make a 2-weapon fighter, you could pick from a couple different things to like build the flavor exactly how you want it.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
It's very fun. The combat feels like a JRPG in tabletop form. So if you like, I love. There are a few JRPGs that have taken over my life at different points, and getting to do that with friends was a really good time.
No doubt.
Does it do the I forget, does it do like the rose system in combat?
The rose system? No.
Yeah, so
I took me a second to realize
yeah.
ROWS, not
ROWS, yeah.
ROSE.
Yeah.
No, it's more like, it's more of a standard turn system.
Okay.
Kind of like you pass the ball between the characters and the opponents, and positioning doesn't play that much of a factor. I'm trying to remember if there are rules for positioning, and I'm not sure there are. At the very least, we've never used them.
Yeah. Because I know it's based on Ryutama, which is another Japanese RPG, where as soon as like combat happens, instead of having like a grid, you have basically a combat like screen where there's 2 rows on both sides, like the enemy side and the ally side. And if you're in the front row, you're doing melee stuff, and if you're in the back, you're doing ranged stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's super good.
That is fun. I don't think Fabula has anything like that, but honestly, I might think of something for that, because it does seem like a logical next step for a JRPG TTRPG.
Yeah.
It probably fits in the system, honestly. Because there's probably enough keywords to tell you, like, oh yeah, this would make sense for affecting this row or all rows, etc.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it happened in Ryutama, which I ran for like a year and a half and had an excellent time doing. Ryutama also has. Are you familiar? I should ask.
Not entirely. No.
I am not.
So, like, the coolest thing about Ryutama is that it incentivizes inventory management. Like, you really need to pay attention to how much like space you have on your character in your caravan and how much food and water you have. And also, it has travel rules that will affect your session like immensely. Like, you will roll a bunch of dice to determine like how well you slept, how good travel goes today, what the weather is like. And like if you roll like bad on your travel check, you will have like half of your health just cut instantly. And then it's like, oh, we might have a combat encounter today. I'm going to be at half health.
That sounds awesome and deadly and great.
It does.
The art is like super cutesy, and it's like Oregon Trail death. Yeah.
I'm
nice.
looking it up. This art is adorable. The Fabula kind of takes the opposite approach to at the very least to inventory management, in that it simplifies it so much. If you like ever had a headache over like potion management or whatever, the way Fabula does it is that every character has inventory points, and certain classes grant a bonus to them. And you can just use inventory points as a resource to say, Yeah, I prepped a healing potion. Or
Oh yeah,
and, like,
I remember hearing about
like-
this. Yeah.
and like the artificer type classes can use inventory points for like more interesting and cool stuff.
I like that concept.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes it so much less of a hassle if that kind of thing weighs you down, which it sometimes does.
It definitely can for some people. I'm one of those weird people that actually liked the like the resource management, like the ammo tracking and shit like that from the third edition era.
That's fair.
I'm like I thought it just kind of made my brain feel happy. It felt weird the first time I was playing fifth edition, and they're like, "Yeah, you don't have to track your ammo." I'm like, but ammo needs to be tracked.
Yeah.
You run out. I've had it happen, and it's like a really cool story. Like, you can do really interesting things narratively when that happens. You know, if your range character ends up after like a protracted set of fights, runs out of arrows. You know, they're gonna have to go to their backup weapon, and that can shift the way that the overarching story of the campaign goes.
I'm like into that stuff as well. Actually, I love being screwed over for stuff like that. Just real quick, the other thing that's super neat about Ryutama is that it explicitly has a DM PC.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's another thing I'm kind of in the minority of. I agree. I think that a DMPC can be a valid addition to a party if it's done right.
hmm The the when I was running it, so like they kind of want you to have the DMPC kind of show up as like the I'm gonna like introduce you to like what your quest is today kind of deal, and like it might help you if like things get really tough, or it might like make things more complicated by killing an NPC at an inconvenient time. um I when I was running it for like a year and a half, I wasn't sure how to do a DMPC, so I did like a very tongue-in-cheek, like obvious, like Gandalf kind of character who was trying to be coy about meddling, but to everyone else it was like the most obvious fucking thing ever.
Nice. Stig, the single most intense edge of my seat session ever was a Shadowrun game where they had like 3 bullets between them and something like 5 people left to shoot. Yeah, that is a situation that a lot of current era TTRPGs you can't really get into unless everybody at the table buys in and is like, yeah, we're almost out of bullets. We only have 3 left between type deal. Like a lot of current systems are like, nah, it's no fun running out of ammo. Which, granted, to a lot of people, running out of ammo mid fight, no fun. Tracking it to a lot of people, tracking ammo mid fight, no fun. It's I get it.
It's the tracking and the management that's I think that's the part that bothers me the most. I agree something is lost a little bit when it comes to stuff like, dramatic last stands like that. But another part of me just kind of every time I realize I stopped counting arrows and I just groan. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I am that sicko that loves counting arrows and loves preparing specific spells for the day, and then noticing that I've wasted some of those spells that are totally useless.
That is why I hated playing a wizard in previous editions, because like you're locked in. You can't even be like, yeah, I'm gonna use like different. I can choose which one of my prepared spells I use for my spell slots. No, it's you prepared the spells, you didn't lose them. Well, too bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
No,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I love that. I love having to strategize and then bullshit people into thinking the thing that I was gonna use that spell for is totally legit. It
Yeah.
sounded like you had something to say though.
Oh, exactly. That's actually one of the reasons why I preferred playing sorcerers. Yeah, I got less spells per day. I get it. I had to rely on my sling a lot more, but I was flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's actually kind of one of the things that the sorcerer as a class has lost in 5th edition. Because like
Yeah.
with the wizard, yeah, you still have to prepare a list of spells. Which, you know, is fine, but you have the flexibility. You can just be like, okay, so yeah, these are the spells I'm just constantly gonna memorize, and because they're the most average, like they're the most common ones that I use, type deal. Whereas like old school wizards, it was like, yeah, you had to be like, okay, you know, this is what we've been going after, you know, recently, or this is what we're hunting. So these are the things that I need to prepare to make sure I'm useful for this, you know, for the day type deal. And you know, if you run into something that can't deal with that, then well, you're kind of hooped. Which is one of the things that like I see arguments about like 5th edition where they're like, yeah, you know, spellcasters after like level 5 are, you know, god tier, and you know, they just overwhelm everything, and it's too easy for after that point. No, it's not. Because if you have a good GM who can look at the party composition and tailor their encounters to that party composition, and you know, not necessarily try and murder the party, which, you know, a lot of old school GMs would do that. But like actually create a challenge for that party composition. Like it's I don't know, it's kind of a lost skill, I think.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that made the earlier editions better, to be honest. Like, there were a lot more GM tools to tell you, okay, this is like something you can use in your dungeon that will make things difficult, but in a way that is surmountable. Whereas if you look at like the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide, it has some of that, but it's also kind of like you figure it out on your own. You're a smart person. But like people need ideas. Like if you can flip through a book of here's the top 100 tomfuckery things to put in a dungeon, you might see something and be like, "Oh, this is like perfect for my party. Like they will love this and how it challenges them."
Oh yeah. And like also previous edition D&D traps, a lot of them were meant to kill characters.
Yeah.
If you like, I had one a most amusing story with that. I had one where we were playing a game of, I think it was 3rd edition, and we were doing like kind of round robin with the GMing, because there was like a few of us in there that regularly did GMing, and nobody wanted to be like the forever GM at the time. So like we had a character who was a thief, like who's playing a rogue and playing like, you know, stereotypical thief, the one that runs ahead and looks for traps and shit like that. This thief had bad luck with traps. Like one of the GMs, the trap that they'd set up in a dungeon that they ran us through, was a delayed blast fireball. Was essentially the trap, and the rogue caught that. Well, the whole party ended up catching it, but the rogue ended up getting the brunt of it. Another one that I did was a simple, I think it was a 20-foot deep spiked pit trap. That was the one that ended up taking out the rogue. Because they failed. Yeah, they failed their check, and I think they ended up rolling a critical fail and fell in the hole. And it was actually kind of funny because we ended up, I can't remember if there was a druid. No, there wasn't a druid in the party. We ended up, the closest thing we could find to a high level cleric was a high level druid. And the only resurrection spells that were available to a high level druid was reincarnation. So super stealthy rogue came back as a super stealthy centaur rogue,
Fuck yeah.
which
Hell yeah.
is awesome and thematically weird as fuck. But hey, it worked, and that was back when when you were a centaur in 3.5 or in 3, you were a large creature.
Yeah.
Compared to now, the playable centaurs in 5th edition apparently are all medium.
Ugh. I
Like-
get it's convenient, but also ugh.
Like, that's something that I kind of disagree with. I don't think there is any playable character rate, ancestries, lineage, whatever you want to call them, that are large anymore.
Hmm.
But Goliaths maybe.
Yeah, I forget.
I think
I
they're
also-
the only one.
Huh. I know in 4th edition, Goliaths. I want to say Goliaths were medium in 4E, but I could be wrong on that.
I
Wait,
will
now
take
my
your
book's
word.
like 3 feet from me, actually. I can check this.
But yeah, it used to be you could take a large size creature as your as your character race,
Mhm.
and they would be a large size creature.
Yeah,
And it
you would
be
just
great.
take class penalties for it.
And that was another thing that I really liked, because if you were playing say a mid level, starting at a what I would consider as the beginning of mid level, which is about level 5,
Hmm.
you could come in as a half dragon.
Yeah.
The ECL let you have a couple of class levels. But you could be a half dragon with a breath weapon and all that fun shit.
Yep.
And it
I
was
can
great.
confirm that in 4th edition, Goliaths were medium.
Okay, so yeah, they're probably still medium then. So
Probably, yeah.
but and the half dragon template, you would gain, your the creature size would go up because it was just a template that you added on to whatever lineage you wanted. Type
Yeah.
deal.
That's the
Um,
other thing I miss from 3rd edition or 3.5 is the templates. There was so
Yeah.
much of them.
It made the job as a GM so much easier.
Yeah. You don't have to guess if this is going to affect the game in this way. They already figured it out. Just subtract 3 levels, and there you go.
Yeah. I want to make a half dragon that's an orc. Boom, done. Template for that. Just attach it to an orc. There you
Mhm.
go.
Or like a half celestial. You get all this cool shit, but also you're the effective character level, or the adjustment is 5 or something,
Yeah.
steep.
Yeah, it was steep, but I mean, it was also worth it for the vast
Yeah.
majority of them.
Yeah.
I think even the lycanthropes were actually good in that edition.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think the only thing that they have going for them in 5th edition is immune to normal damage that's not fire or silver.
Mm.
Silvered weapons are better, and I think fire you still take damage from.
Yeah, this reminds me, I was just talking to someone recently who was they signed up to play D&D, and they were like, I want to be a fairy. And the GM was like, well, you can't, because there's no real good rules for that. And it's yeah, there aren't anymore. You can't really be one of those little pixies anymore, can you? But in 3rd edition, you super could.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I've had players when I was running games that's yeah, I want to play a pixie. Fucking give her tits.
Go for it. You can be invisible to everyone except children. Have fun with that. You will have 4 hit points.
Yeah, don't get hit.
Yeah.
Because, resurrecting people and bringing characters back from the dead was a lot harder in...
It was 1,000 gold or something, right?
Oh yeah, it was super expensive. That there were more rules about it. I think still if you get turned into an undead, you can't get resurrected.
Yeah.
But I mean stuff like that, there were more rules. It was the world building and stuff like that was set up for super high level characters that could do shit like that. like for true resurrection where you're not suffering loss as far as character levels. Like those were further like fewer and further between type deal.
Yeah. As a younger person, I think when I was seeing like the level penalties, like if you get resurrected, I was like, oh man, that sucks. I don't want to deal with that. I'll just roll up another character. But like me now, who doesn't care about playing an optimized character anymore, it's like, hell yeah, give me those negative levels. This will be fun.
and like that's the thing too, is like, oh yeah, you end up going back a couple of levels. You have to level up. You end up getting more XP. Like because of the fact that you end up being a lower level character. It's not like a huge amount being like 2 levels down or something like that.
Yeah.
But there's still like, it actually ends up helping the party more because everybody gets, more XP out of the type deal because, the whole average level thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the average level thing. Holy crap.
Yeah. So like, or well, the higher end would get less, but you would end up getting more, so it would help you kind of catch up a little bit easier.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's like they thought of it.
I know, right? And that was another thing. Like 5th edition, you don't see parties like that where there's a variety of levels. Partially because everybody generally just does like milestone leveling, which I have nothing against that. I've used that as a DM or as a GM when playing 5th edition.
It just makes sense.
Because
I do it. I cannot be asked.
Yeah, it definitely offloads a lot of that.
Yeah.
Anarchitty, welcome in. Took me a second to clone the Steam title for farm group about the DDT. No, it was not. It's not a group about the DDT wrestling move. We had podcast people in and playing some games. I don't know how long you've been in, but it was a fun time. We only got about halfway through. The next time is going to be great. There will be more people. Oh yeah, we had a character death. Our company chef gave himself over to be eaten by the masses to whip them into a
little insane.
Yeah, a little bit.
We get a little bit insane here.
So now the three of us, these two are being old men about tabletop RPGs, and I'm just kind of sitting in the background. It's funny.
We are very old men, I must admit.
Yeah, I'm probably the oldest one here. It's great.
How old are you, Damien?
I am 42.
Yeah, you are the oldest. I'm 37.
24.
Oh.
People keep telling me I look like I'm in my 20s, so I'll take that.
Use that.
Very impressive.
Your advantage.
You're basically double my age.
Well, this is good for you, Nathan, because you're living in the golden age of RPGs now.
Yeah, there is a lot more choices now. Like, for the longest time, it was you get D&D, you get whatever White Wolf product you want to play, or you get something ridiculous from Palladium.
Yep.
And I'm glad, honestly. I've seen and played so many niche fun things that just didn't exist before the internet made it possible for people to find fucking anything.
Yeah. Though that being said, in that time period too, there were the outlier games. I remember playing a DBZ game that was a D6 system, and it was fucking ridiculous. It was bad. It was meant to be kind of narrative and fairly rules light, but it was kind of before people got the hang of writing for rules light games. So there was a lot of stuff that they should have actually kind of gone into a little bit that they didn't. It was kind of sad. It was fun. I played a couple of sessions of it, and then the person who was running it was like, "No, just no, I'm not doing this. This is too hard on me."
That happens.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've had an excellent time tonight, chatting, gaming. It's great to hang out with you and Damien again.
It has definitely been fun. We definitely need to set up a record. at some point in the near
Yeah.
future.
Yes,
I think that
definitely.
would be very fun. But yes, so I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. I know for at least some of you, it's not quite midnight yet, because it's not quite midnight for me yet. It is close
Well,
though.
we're almost there.
I've got
Um,
about an hour before midnight over here, so.
I got 4 minutes.
Same.
Well,
But yeah, so I definitely will be looking forward to hanging out with you guys once again. I'm going to dip over to
Absolutely.
my Discord and probably throw on some BattleTech because I want to play as a big stompy robot.
Sounds great. I'll catch you
I'm
later.
sure I'll find something to do.
Alrighty, you kids have
Yeah.
fun.
Have a good one.
Have a good night.
And clicky. There we go. We're gonna come back over here and we're gonna change the stream title. Back to the Future. Dude. Okay, so we're gonna hit. Oh wait, gotta change that. BattleTech. There we go. So yeah, Daniel, when you download the VOD, you may have to edit this last part out, but you know, there'll be enough of a gap. You'll be able to see where it is. So now, I was actually considering playing some Rebel Galaxy, but no, we're gonna play some BattleTech because stompy robots, big stompy robots. But yeah, like that was definitely a blast. I thoroughly enjoy that system. I'm definitely stoked to play more. I want to finish up the trip home for our Lordsworn. Now with one less body